What is good, y'all? Excuse me for tuning in a little bit late. I was just out making a Dutch run, quick Dutch run for the show tonight. You know what I mean? We got an epic panel episode tonight for everybody tuning in. I got to roll up some of this. What do I got? No, there's a mixture right here for sure. Let me just get everything situated before I bring my co-host in. We have a couple different topics we're going to speak on that I know everyone is going to be interested in tonight. Let me get my shit situated here. Let me get my roll on. Appreciate everybody tapping in. What's up? What's good? What's up? What's good? You know what it is. It's Mikey T, the movie star. Tonight we're going to be talking about BMF. I was actually just watching the first 3 episodes. Really hype about that show. I've got to say, man, 50 did it. 50 pulled me in. What up, Corey? Appreciate you for tapping in. Go ahead, share this video. 50 did it, man. 50 got me in. I'm definitely sold. I'm sold on BMF. I'm gonna have to say, from the older version of Meech, who's doing the narration, to the young Meech, I'm liking both characters. What's going on, Swifty? I appreciate you for tapping in. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in. Just let me get the link sent over to a few of the guys. We got a lot to unpack tonight on the hip hop panel. There's a whole lot to unpack tonight. We're going to be talking about a number of things, including what's going on with 50 Cent. We're going to be talking about what's going on with 50 Cent, BMF, Bleu, Davinci, everything popping off there. I'm pretty sure we're going to be giving our thoughts on BMF as a whole, but we're also going to be giving our thoughts on the recent battle that happened with Saigon and Vado. Meek Mill's Expensive Pain album, we're going to talk about that as well. We're going to be talking about Meek Mill dropping the Expensive Pain album. More specifically, we're going to be going over the record sales. Let's see, 1 second. So let me get everything going here, guys. Y'all can share this video, hit that like button. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on with y'all? What y'all smoking tonight? I know everybody's probably on some of that goodness. Let me just see what's going on here on the gram real quick. Anyways, excuse me, guys. Had just saw a DM real quick that I had to respond to. Hold up. Let's get everybody up in here. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, kicking it with me. It's Mikey T, the movie star, but you already know that. We're going to bring a couple of the co-hosts in a second. I'm going to bring the guys in. Waiting on your thoughts about the show. Okay, sister. We're going to give you our thoughts on the show for sure. Definitely going to give you our thoughts on the show because I'm actually halfway in on the second episode right now. And I'm actually, in the third episode is when Snoop Dogg gets involved. Man, the end of the first episode where, when T gets hit, T got shot, and then he ended up in the hospital throughout the second episode. Okay, what's good? I appreciate that, man. I'm about to roll up myself. I appreciate everybody who tuned in and watched the Black De Niro interview that I dropped a little bit earlier this afternoon. Appreciate y'all for checking that out. But yeah, let me get something twisted up so we can start the show. Yeah, I was just totally interested in the BMF show. You know what I mean? From the way that they started with they started with a quote. They started with a quote. What's good? I'm gonna have to say, because of the fact that I never saw Power, you know what I mean? I can't really I'm gonna have to say that I can't really judge that, to be honest with you, 100%. But what I will say is that watching BMF has showed me how, captivating a series like this can be. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to continuously watch. But do you really think it's all facts, though? Sister says. Listen, at the beginning of the show, they actually have a disclaimer that says some of the names, some of the events have been changed. You know what I mean? But then it also says, but yo, some of this shit might have actually happened. And they say that because sometimes when you're hearing word out there, you're not actually hearing the whole truth. Stories get changed. And that's actually showcased in the BMF series itself, from when everybody's running around saying, yo, it was JMO who did this, JMO did that, JMO did that. You know what I mean? It was very interesting to see how they depicted that in the series. Let me see. So, let's go. What's good says some things were had to be changed for TV too. Some things had to be changed for TV too, like Straight Outta Compton movie, but most things might be real. Yeah, like certain conversations I were thinking as well. You know what I mean? Certain conversations that you were hearing, like say between Meech and his sister, like are is that exactly how it happened? Where he was like, but it's overall what happened, giving her money, telling her that he's always going to be there for her, making sure that she's good. You know what I mean? Them having an argument in the car where, it was a really crazy relationship that they had. And I think they showed it really well you know what I mean, on the series. Very, very interested to see where their relationship goes in the future. Hold on one second. We're going to be joined by one of my co-hosts in just a second. What's good said 50 did say BMF is going to be better than Power. Yeah, I really like the way that he's handling the fact that it's nonfiction, the fact that it's mostly true. It's not something that's made up based on other things. It's actually involving a certain group of people, this whole the whole BMF series. I was looking at it. I want to see where everything goes with T. I want to see where everything goes with Terry and Meech. How many seasons do you think it'll go for? It's an interesting question. And mind you, that label fronted all the artists in Florida, though. I wonder if we're gonna get into that too much. Yep, Power was fiction. Power was created, you know what I mean? Somebody created that. BMF is coming from the, depiction of what happened in their reality, from, Big Meech getting kicked out of his home. And you saw what happened with that. Big Meech got kicked out of his home and actually took the blame for his brother. You know what I mean? He didn't rat out his brother. Real dude, man. You guys gotta. I'm sure everybody is already in the stream has really already checked it out at this point. I'm a half an episode in. I'm halfway in on the third episode, and you know what I mean. I just know as soon as I finish that episode, I'm gonna be hungry for episode 4. But how many seasons do I think it'll go? Man, when we're looking at BMF, you got to realize the potential of that is like it's it's far because of the fact that you could have I think Twiz and I were talking about potential spin-offs in the future, but BMF could really spiral into several different things, especially when Big Meech actually comes home himself. When Big Meech comes home himself, and I think it's supposed to be what was it 2028, 2030 or something like that. Let me see if there's any Big Meech release date. Yeah, 2028. 2028 is what they were saying for Big Meech's prison release date. Let me bring my guy in, Bond Simmons.
Peace.
Bonds, what's good, man?
Salute, family. Peace, man. What's goody with you?
Not much, man. Just kicking it. I was actually just binge watching the BMF series.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you just watched them all at one time?
Yeah, I just watched 2.5 episodes. Pull back a little bit just so the people could see you. I'm getting a little blackout. But I might just be seeing stuff a little bit too clear.
Let me see. I am. Yeah, this is not enough for light, really. Yeah, this shit dark.
5 sister,
Salute.
sister, I want to see it go more than 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I want to see it go more than 5 seasons. But yeah, man, Bonds, can you get your color situated?
Yeah. Give me a second.
All right, cool. No worries, brother.
Yeah.
No worries. We're still in the pre-show. I got to roll something up right now. Let me get something rolled up. Yeah, I'd already actually read all those reports about Taz, you know what I mean? Getting on the stand. But yeah, Crown TV has been covering that. Yep, they do their thing. I gotta say. Crown TV does their thing. Even if some people do give Crown TV hell. But I don't know. I just didn't really feel the need to go back in and you know what I mean? I just didn't really feel the need to go back in and read all the court statements from Taz about Ab, you know what I mean? It's pretty pretty disturbing in my opinion, you know, the way he got up there and sang like a canary. It's pretty disturbing in my opinion. I didn't really want to, you know, go back into that. I mean, if some of you guys think I should, but I mean, Crown TV just covered it again, so it's fresh in everybody's mind. So I think it's Gucci. You know what I'm saying? 456, what up? I appreciate you tapping in, man. I didn't realize that guy sang like a bird. Yeah, man. That dude told like every piece of information that he could think to say. But yeah, I had read that a while back, you know, when I had first got started doing all this blogging, jumping on camera. I had read a lot of the court paperwork and shit like that. You know what I mean? Going back from all the different situations that all the guys were going through from all the indictments and shit. Was good. I think that's something that 50 actually said in an interview. Yeah. Yeah, I think I seen that one of my boys told me to go watch that interview. Okay. Looks like Bonds has come back with the light. Looks like Bonds has come back with the light. And here he is, Bond Simmons. What up, bro?
Just give me the light.
So one person had asked, what do you think about BMF compared to Power? I couldn't really answer it because I haven't seen Power. Could you answer that?
What? You haven't seen what?
Power.
Where you been, my guy? What's going on?
Is it as good as BMF, man?
What's going on with you, my guy?
Is it as good as BMF?
What's up, Mike? What's up, Mikey? What's up? Nah, it's a really good show, right? First of all, so I don't know why you wouldn't have watched it. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's talking about it.
I'm more of a movie guy. You know what I mean? I'm more of a movie guy. You know,
Well, I can dig that. And like, you know what I'm saying? You like binge watching. You probably don't want to watch one and then be having to wait the next week or whatever. Watch all them joints, man. Power's fire. But in comparison to BMF, we just getting started with BMF. So, you know what I mean? We're like 4 episodes in. How can we can't
3. It's 3, right?
Probably, yeah, 3. You're right. 3. I'm reaching.
Hold on.
3.
Let me see. If it's 4, I'm gonna be hype.
Nah, it might be 3, bro.
Yeah, it's only 3, man.
It might be 3, bro.
Yeah, we're only 3 episodes in. In the 3rd episode, they actually debuted Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg came in.
Yeah, Snoop was the preacher. Fire.
What'd you think about Snoop coming in? You know, when I don't want to call him Big T, actually. They don't call him Big T. They just call him T, right?
His brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, Southwest T.
Yeah. And all TEE says the chain.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, nah, sister agrees with you. BMF is not done yet to compare to Power just yet.
Yeah, you can't compare 3 episodes to 3 seasons, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, like, due to the fact that I'm so heavily interested in BMF now after watching 2.5 episodes, I think after I finish this episode, I'll probably be interested enough to go and actually watch Power.
Mm-hmm. As you should. Power's dope, bro. And then BMF is a real story, like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Power can't really compare that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because in BMF Bonds, they start off the episodes with a quote. Sometime, I guess, is it every time a quote from Big Meech? Because the 3rd episode, I noticed it was a quote from Big Meech. But in Power, do they start off the episode with a quote?
I don't think so. I don't know. Like, I mean, probably, but they do have like they do have like those sayings. I think in the Power. It's been a while. Power been going for a second, and you know I smoked a whole bunch, so I can't tell you.
Okay, yeah.
But I think they did say. I think they did put little things in the show. But you know how they add that with the BMF is dope. Like when they put the pictures and all that. But that's more of a like, cause like I said, that's more of a that's a real story. So you know what I mean? That's another thing that make it so dope. Like,
right.
Yeah. I mean, we know the story. I kind of know the story, so we kind of know how it's gonna play out. But still, just watching it, you know, how they do it, it's gonna be crazy.
Well, I mean, at the beginning of the episode, they write, this story is based on real events. Some of the characters or the elements may have been changed. But some dudes might have actually done this crazy shit. It says. That's what it says in the disclaimer Bonds.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because like they depict in the show, you know what I mean? Like they depict in the show, word in the street gets changed as it travels.
Right.
Like with what happened with JMO and T, you know, that might not necessarily have been JMO.
Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, it could have changed a little or who did what or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you know he really got shot and you know what I'm saying? and all like that. Could have played a little differently. You know what I'm saying? He could have seen who did it. Dude could have walked up, said something. Could have been a little. You know what I mean? But it basically happened.
Yeah, in that aspect as well.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, like with the conversations that Big Meech was having with his sister, when he was saying things like, I love you and I'm going to always take care of you. Maybe they don't have the exact wording, but that's the overall of how Meech probably or how anybody feels about their sister. Like, I want to be there to take care of you. I gave her money at one point. We had a talk in front of the bridge. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really intense show.
Straight up. Yeah. Nah. So you see, your boy was already too coming out saying, "Don't, my man Blue."
Right.
Like
Right.
Smack fucked with BMF heavy. So when we did a whole BMF DVD, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because a lot of that footage that you see at Big Meech and all that, a lot of that BMS footage is Smack footage. Like we taped that footage. You know what I'm saying? Like we did a whole. If you remember how I used to do the Smack, like you would have two sides and you have an artist on each side. Like we had BMF had their own DVD. They had a half of they had a half on one, but they had their own DVD where it was on both sides of the cover. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's when that's when they, you know what I mean? We went out to when they flew us out to the Source Awards and all that too, and we was fucking with them a couple days, and you know what I mean?
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, Bonds. Let's wait till our co-host Twiz gets here.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he's going to want to grill you on some of that.
Yeah.
Tyson says Blue is in his feelings about the BMF series.
Yeah.
We're going to touch on all of that tonight, man. We're going to touch on the fact that he says about them introducing his character. He says they're going to have to use a different name, which sometimes they do in these movies. And then when they use another name, sometimes it goes over people's head who those people actually were, Bonds.
Yeah. Because and that would be best, you know what I'm saying? Because
why? Because he's not agreeing with what's going on?
Yeah, and then like I don't know.
We're gonna get further into it.
Yeah,
because I have some
I don't even know exactly what he did or didn't do. Like I don't know, you know what I mean?
Hey, Grubbo, Big Meech let a lot of people drive cars, man.
Who is he talking about? How is who BMF?
He's saying how is Bleu Davinci BMF? He's saying just because he got to hang didn't make him gang. He's saying some crazy shit in that video, though, talking about they're gonna have more money than the series BMF. I mean, he's talking about stars.
Yeah, he's talking about and then he's talking about I guess whatever their budget is, maybe you know what I'm saying, whatever their budget for the show is, however much costs to put that down, however much producers put up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying he's dealing with more money than that, which I don't know. Like he shouldn't even respond to that. Basically, I don't even understand.
Yeah,
why he's, you know what I'm saying, feels the need to. But then again, that is crazy because if they portray it, if they portray when they portray things on TV, it's just like, for a lot of people, it's like real. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I mean, look what happened with Suge Knight. Look what happened with Suge Knight in the whole Straight Outta Compton series, man.
yeah.
He was like, goddamn, you're gonna depict me in your film. He's like, you're gonna depict me in your film, and you're not even gonna reach out to me or You're not even gonna whatever he wanted, whatever he really wanted. And look what we've seen since then, Bonds. He
Right.
was actually depicted in the Michelet film.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he showing up to that film? You know what I mean? He was
Mm-hmm.
in jail.
Man. Yeah, that's how he jammed himself up crazily with running up on that movie set.
Yep.
Whoa. And it's crazy because one of them dudes the dude that he ran over was managing a dude I know too, was managing my man. It's crazy.
Yeah, the shit is wild, Bonds. I just can't believe it that Blue Davinci was going to come out like that. Maybe because they didn't put him on as a producer or something along those lines in the film, or make him some sort of a, you know what I mean? They make him some sort of what do they call it for a film? They make him some sort of like an
Consultant or
ambassador.
something? Like
Yeah,
consultant?
consultant. Exactly.
Yeah. Or you know what I mean, to depict them in a certain way that may be unfavorable to him. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable because like I said, people see stuff on TV, it's like real. So if you know what I'm saying, if they do, you know what I'm saying, if they do depict him in a negative way or whatever way, you know what I'm saying, then that could stick. I don't know what he got going on, but
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm thinking like, damn, if that were to
definitely.
potentially that could potentially hem him up in the future. But I mean, honestly, Bonds, he's the one who's going online and talking about when you do my character, you're gonna know when that's when the real BMF started. It's like, yo, you're the one who you're already putting yourself in the line of fire. You know what I mean? You done skated on all that shit. You're out of jail now or whatever.
Yeah, that was my thing. Like, why do niggas feel a need to have to uh, worry about what niggas is talking about? Like, why you felt necessary to even make that video? Like, that whole video didn't make no sense to me. Like, why I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why he did that, man. It's
It
incriminating
always
yourself
happens.
further anyway. You're incriminating yourself because if they do, you talking about nobody, the actors, the producers. Like, who are you threatening? Like, you threatening white people in Jersey that ain't going. I mean, white. You know what I'm saying? White people, like, or you know what I'm saying? Like Jewish people or people that ain't in the streets. They in the movie industry. They ain't gonna be outside. They ain't worried about none of that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So why you doing that? Why you making yourself whatever they say in there? Keep doing you. It don't matter. Like, but I didn't get that part, bro.
Sister says, either way, baby Meech getting that bag for his family and his pops. So I respect that. Yeah, let's touch on little Meech, who I actually was seeing on the IMDb page. This is his first major role.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they filmed 8 episodes. I want to say that it's going to be an 8 episode season. Does
Oh,
that
well,
sound does that sound normal to you, Bonds, or does that seem a little short?
it's a little short, but I've seen it before in certain series. Like, they got some things that's like, you know what I mean? That's
Unless they just phase little Meech out for a couple of the episodes going down the line.
well, nah, they gonna phase him out because you got to think he's not Lil Meech forever. So when remember when it first came on, the older dude, and if you hear the dude narrating that's doing the voice, that's the big Meech at that time. So they probably gonna fast forward from Lil Meech, and he gonna be Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? Real soon or whatever. So you know what I mean. But I like him. He's doing good. Lil Meech, man, and that's what he doing. What he living his truth, man. That's his pop. So you know what I'm saying? Like, he playing his pops in the joint, like he doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep, this is major. I think he's going to be able to use this to skyrocket in a whole other way. I saw one other film it said he was associated with. I really wasn't familiar with what it was. I think it was called something like Euphoria from 2019. It
Who
had
that
said
little Meech was in?
Yeah, it said he was in something else, but they didn't have a picture for him or anything on the actual website for IMDb.
Right.
So he's just got to get to work. Now he has a major opportunity right here, potentially an award winning opportunity here, Bonds.
Right. That's a fact. Yeah, I can see a war coming from that. Yeah, he probably that other joint was probably a little warm up tester joint because 50 said he had to send him 50 had to send him to acting school for like 18 months or something
Damn.
before he did the show, like, you know what I mean? Because he didn't have really act, he didn't have no acting experience.
Yeah.
Like they kept auditioning people, you know what I mean, stars and all that. And he was vouching for, for the young boys, like look like me, know the like, you know what I mean? So he sent them away to acting school for like 18 months. I remember too a while ago. They've been working on this for a while. I actually went on an audition for this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
You went on an audition for BMF and you're
Yeah,
just telling me?
that was like 2 years ago or some shit.
Oh, we're going to have to talk about this again tomorrow in long format, but tell us about it.
It was in Atlanta. I stood online for like 10 hours.
Damn, you actually stood in the audition line for 10 hours to potentially get this role.
Hell yeah.
That's grind.
Yeah, I wanted that.
So what happened when you eventually got to the start of the line or the, you know what I mean, the finish?
They was pretty much trying to wrap it up. I seen a couple people that I know. I seen somebody that I know too. This dude that been around 50 for a while that been messing with 50. And it's crazy. Like I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I'm gonna just say. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happened. But it was. But
Did you
yeah,
get to speak any lines?
You said what?
Did you get to speak any lines, or did they really just take a look at you?
Nah. They took a look and all that. And nah, I didn't get to speak no lines though. It didn't get that deep.
Did they ask you to take off your hat?
Yeah.
Did they ask to take a look at any of your tattoos?
Mm-mm.
Did you smell like weed, Bonds? 50 Cent made a thing about Snoop smoking on the set. Did you smell like the ganja, Bonds?
50 was there for most of the time, but by the time I got through the door, he was gone.
Okay.
So I seen him, but I wasn't there. Like I didn't audition for 50.
Damn,
And
man.
that's crazy because if I would have seen 50, you know what I'm saying? Like I know he would have recognized my face. So that's why I thought I would have had a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if I see, you know what I'm saying, Fib or somebody, you know what I mean? If they just if I see somebody, like I figure, like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you would have had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You would have most certainly had a chance. 50 would have been like, yo, that's the dude from 109.
Exactly.
Or that's the dude from, the same area as me. Let's
Mm-hmm.
give him a role. Like, I'm pretty sure he's given a few of the other guys from New York roles in some of his shit. So
yeah, he gave my man too. I see my man MU in some joint too. So yeah, if ever do that, like,
yeah, 50
so,
definitely.
yeah, my man was in a lot of 50 joints. Like,
Who was he in? Before I Self-Destruct, or more like the
he was
straight?
in Before I Self Destruct. He was in Power. He was in Power.
Can you get me this guy so I can interview him?
And it had to be through the phone, man.
That's
He's
cool.
locked up right now.
Oh, he's locked up.
Yeah.
Dude was in Power. Now he's locked up.
Day. Yeah, he called me damn near every day. So like, if you really want to, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's crazy.
But yeah, he's I don't know. We'll talk about that behind the scenes and then see if it's something we want to talk about because yeah, it's I'll explain it to you.
So let's talk about the series. Just starting off the show, I was really like into it. These two brothers, they pull first Meech goes and jumps in the whip and I think he's going to pull away. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, so they must wait a few days or a few trips before they involve T in their activities. But they all pulled off together,
Right.
and it was a a match made in history. Bonds, that
What?
guy that they pulled away with that day, is that the same dude who later pulled up on Meech with his seats all wrapped up in plastic?
The dude that they pulled up on when?
The dude who they pulled away with when they were little kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that
Same
who?
dude?
Is that the same dude that what?
Is that the same dude that came back and picked up Meech in his car and had his seats wrapped in plastic?
Yeah. Wood Harris. What's his name? Wood Harris, I think.
Okay.
In real life, his name is, I think, is Wood Harris.
Okay.
Dude from The Wire and all that shit.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, you seen The Wire, right?
No, I have not seen The Wire. I'm not a show guy, man.
What I'm gonna do with you, Mike? These shows.
I'm not a show guy. But yeah, so let me ask you, man, that seat wrapped in plastic, is that something they did for that time, or do they just have a car in particular that's wrapped where the seats are wrapped in plastic at all times in case they got to do some shit like that?
Yeah, they probably wrapping it for you. They're gonna wrap it before then.
For me,
I mean, not for you, but you know what I'm saying? If you getting in there, then yeah, it's for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they wrapping that thing, man. Keeping it clean.
Did you think, let me ask you, Bonds, when he got into that car and those seats were wrapped, were you thinking that he was about to get shot? Were you thinking he was about to go down? What were you thinking, man?
Well, I knew it was just the beginning of the show, so I knew he wasn't gonna die that fast. So, but I was like, damn, I was just wondering how he, you know what I'm saying? How it was gonna transpire.
I was thinking, is he gonna? Because they went into a scene where it showed J-Mo right after that, but I was thinking maybe he was gonna have to cap dude out right at the beginning and really just take his empire from there. I didn't know where it was going. Like I was gonna say, I didn't know that Meech's brother T ended up getting shot in the eye.
Yeah. Yup.
I had no idea. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of captivating seeing how this is playing out. But yeah, no, Bonds has somebody's actually got a dirt bike in there or something, Bonds. But yeah, what's good, says Mikey. Is this the first show you into? Let me think. What else? Well, honestly, you guys, I was taking some notes, and another show that I'm into is actually from one of the writers of this show, a guy by the name of Randy Huggins. He writes for Criminal Minds, and I'm a big Criminal Minds guy, Bonds. I've seen all the Criminal Minds seasons from 1 to 15. And the guy who writes for Criminal Minds actually writes for BMF as well. Bond, you're on mute.
Wow. That was that big blender going.
Oh, that was the blender. You're making some drinks.
Nah, I ain't making no drinks. Somebody making a milkshake.
Oh, okay. All right.
They making a milkshake.
But yeah,
I skipped a couple barber days.
BMF is the first star show that I'm into. I never have really been into HBO shows like that whatsoever. Another show that I liked was Bates Motel.
Oh, okay.
What was that other show I was just saying that I liked, Bonds? Did you hear me?
What's that?
Oh, Criminal Minds, right.
Oh, yeah, Criminal Minds my show.
Yeah.
I like that show.
The writing is great on Criminal Minds,
Yeah,
right? They keep you interested for the whole 45 minutes or 50 minutes.
Definitely. Yeah, I fuck with Criminal Minds. Yeah, good writers. Yeah, I look at stuff like that too, like the writings, the casting for the product. I do, you know what I mean? As a creator, you look at stuff like that, you know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, and I was looking it up, and I saw one of the writers. I'm gonna just fact check myself here, but I'm pretty sure I saw. Yeah, right. What the creator Randy Huggins, and he had done writing on Criminal Minds.
Who? Randy Hutchins?
Randy Huggins is the creator of BMF,
Or
and he actually let me see. Yeah, he's a writer. He writes for BMF, and he also wrote for Criminal Minds. He also wrote for Power. Okay, so he wrote 4 episodes of Power, and he wrote. I don't. You probably don't know about this show. You ever heard of The Unit?
Mm-mm.
Trauma. Prime Suspect.
Mm-mm.
He wrote for The Shield. He wrote 1 episode for The Shield, which I never saw.
I'm not sure. I didn't watch that shit, bro.
You heard about The Shield, though. Everybody.
Yeah, I heard about the show. I know about the show. I just got into it.
Did you ever hear about Rebel or The Quad?
Uh-uh.
He actually wrote an episode for Power, Book 2.
Power Book 2?
Yeah. And a TV series called Stars or Star.
I remember the Star. Remember that Star that came out the Empire show with them 3 girls?
Okay, you know it.
Yeah.
But let's bring in our co-host from Philly. I'm gonna ask him if he knows this joint. Yo,
Salute.
Twiz!
Mikey T, what's up, bro? Bonds, what's going on? Salute. What's good, y'all? I can't call it.
Yo, Twiz, we were just going over some of the other shows that this guy, Randy Huggins, who is the creator and one of the writers and the writer of BMF, has
Okay.
He actually did some writing for some other shows. One of my other favorite shows called Criminal Minds.
Yeah, Criminal Minds 5.
Yeah.
So, yo, before today, binge watching 3 episodes of BMF, I found out that Randy Huggins actually was writing BMF, and he had wrote Criminal Minds. So I knew from watching Criminal Minds that I was in for some intense writing. And let me just say, BMF is a hit, man. This is really a show that I am more than interested in. I'm almost interested enough to go back and watch Power now, Twiz. What's been your thoughts on the first few episodes of BMF?
My first thoughts was, definitely good. It's like, at the end of the day, they take it down to the beginning with Meech and his brother, young and growing up. From what most of us know about Meech and them is like, them getting money, it wasn't really too much of a backstory of them young and coming up out the household. So far that's what I'm getting. We getting to see and understand, it's close to what their childhood was coming up, before they really took off, in the streets.
Yep, I'm definitely hype on this series, as I've been saying.
Definitely.
So I'm actually 2.5 episodes in. So we start off episode 3. They finally introduce Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's got a bit of a controversial role in this series, doesn't he, Twiz?
Yeah, he do, man. He seemed like, he like a shady priest type of guy. Like, you know what I mean? He give you that type of energy, like.
And I'm not going to lie, Bonds, there was really one scene where I thought it was already going to happen. I thought, Pops was about to come back into the crib and hear some noise upstairs. You know what I mean? But then, I thought that was already going to happen. Do you think we're going to see that later in this series, Bonds?
I ain't going to put that on Big Meech Moms, man. I hope not.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I think more so. I think more so. It seemed like he gonna have his hand in the streets also, like taking payments from guys that
Yeah.
whether it is the hush up, whatever it is, I feel like he just gonna seem like he kind of got a little bit something going on or whatever going on in the streets.
Yeah.
So Twiz, do you think potentially Meech's mom, will turn him down and say, well, what the hell do you think you're doing? I'm loyal to my husband.
I don't think just like Bond said, I don't think that's the case. She just seemed like it, but who knows? It don't mean he won't try her, but his mom seemed like she's more, she's a like a strong woman, and she shouldn't fall for the 52 fake out, regardless of what's
Right.
going
That's
on.
why I think she might like smack him, throw him out the house or something. Cause
Yeah,
you seen Meech's pops was getting all uptight when the priest was like, oh, that food smells like heaven.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
He was like,
That's
what
true.
the hell? He's like, what the hell you say? It's like, chill out, pops. The man is just trying to go enjoy some breakfast.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
He
But
watching how he was looking at him, looking at moms and all that. He know. You know what I'm saying? He know. No, don't play yourself,
Definitely,
bitch.
yeah, man, this
Don't
show
play
is hot,
yourself,
man.
man.
it
This show
is.
is dope. And we're only three episodes in. After the show tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the third episode, and then I'm going to probably have to watch Power because I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm not gonna get another episode of BMF until what is it? Sunday?
Sunday, every
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, you got to catch up with Power Man because um the new Power about to drop in November.
Oh my God, what's good? You really had to bring up the big girl in the restaurant bathroom scene. That dude is something else, man. What do you
Yeah.
make of the OG Bonds trying to take back over the camp? One half of the camp
Yeah,
seems like they're not messing with him regardless, but are they going to are they going to come back and be like or what the guy is gone, so we're going to follow you? How do you think that's going to play out?
Yeah, they probably, you know what I'm saying? He probably it's a little struggle when he playing chess. So at the
hmm
end, he probably wind up, gaining that power for a second. But I'm seeing that he probably gonna get clipped. He probably gonna get his wings clipped. He ain't gonna take
he
him long.
definitely is. You can already see that happening.
I don't see him lasting long.
Yeah, the way he came back, I was like, damn, how's this dude who he actually just they explained it in the show. He had went from having a deal at prison to getting thrown into a mental asylum. And then I believe it was something to do with the acts that Ronald Reagan signed. So this show really digs deep, you guys. And it showed how he was able to get out of jail early. And then he just comes back and in typical almost cliche fashion. You know what I mean? You always got the angry boyfriend or the angry baby daddy who's going to come and pound at the girl's door and or try to beat up her new lover. You know what I mean? But
Right.
this guy is crazy.
Yeah, that guy's crazy. That guy's crazy.
He already took leadership of the gang Twiz. Like he already literally became a number 2 guy. I guess
The
it's
thing,
one because he
the,
had another connection in there, right?
yeah, but the thing
Yeah,
about that is, he looking at all of them like they all kids to him. That's why it's like an age difference. You know what I'm talking about? He like, man, these young boys, bro. Like I'm taking all this back over. Like, they out here getting too much money. I'ma just orchestrate everything.
yeah, and that girl too. I mean, they done got
Yeah,
the girl.
definitely.
They done got his girl.
Oh man.
Much
Dude is like
trusty platinum over there.
I like the cop as well. The cop part, the duo. I think it's what
You
is
talking
it? A
about the
black
dude
cop
that
and a Spanish cop.
Yeah, the girl.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the black one, he the dirty one.
yeah,
He's a great actor. Who is that?
I don't know his name offhand, but I know you know what I mean, I
yeah,
know exactly who you talking about.
He
yeah.
looks very familiar. But I really like the dynamic they have there.
hmm
That he has with Meech. Also the dynamic he has with his partner now. He's like, You talk to me like that again, I'm gonna whoop your ass like we on the street.
Yeah.
You know, that shit
Definitely,
was gangster.
definitely. That's mob status, Sean Bean.
Yep.
Having the cops beneath your feet too, like the ones who ever patrolling in your area. Like I don't know if he just know the family or if they just got him on payroll, but yeah, man,
What is it? What do you
they
think
might
it
have
is?
they might have him on payroll,
Or he might know the family, as you said. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Oh, he
especially
definitely
especially
on payroll.
yeah, especially when he came in the hospital with after his brother got shot. He came in.
Yeah.
Did you see that when Mikey was that episode 3
Uh,
after his brother got
that
shot?
was episode. You mean when they came to the house? Afterwards, when he got a little bit better, and they
No,
came to the house to talk to T.
no, I'm talking about. Oh yeah, so you already saw that part. I'm talking about after his brother got shot and he came in the hospital. He hopped out
Yep,
the car with the burner in his hand,
with
and the
the
cops.
with the
Oh
Mac
yeah,
10.
yeah,
Yup. He was walking through that
yeah,
joint. I'm like, man, that they must have added that up in there. Yo,
Right.
bro.
Because Twiz, before you jumped in, I was going over at the beginning of the episodes, they have a disclaimer. It says some of the names, some of the situations and places have been changed, but
Yeah,
this is real events. He's like, somebody might have did some crazy shit. They might have did this crazy ass shit, is what it
yeah,
says in the disclaimer. Because as I was talking to Bonds, as it's depicted in the show, it shows you how word of mouth changes throughout the street. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like when everybody was telling everybody some shit in their ear and this and that. So,
yeah.
you know, depending on
They
who you're hearing the story from, the story's always a little bit different.
definitely, that's true. Just like on The Godfather of Harlem, they bent a lot of stuff up in that joint too.
right.
Switched a few things up in there. They added a lot of spice to certain things that wasn't true.
Hey, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, in that scene, I was
Hmm
thinking, like, Big Meech goes in there with that weapon. How do they not arrest him?
or shooting. He walking through
But
that joint.
that's why I'm saying you guys say it could be money, but it also could be a family tie. This cop could potentially be a cousin, uh, related by marriage,
And they
something
But did
probably,
he?
along
it
those
probably
lines.
wasn't illegal though. You
But
know what was their gun laws in the '80s in Michigan though?
you still can't come out like that.
I mean, nah, you
Not
still
if you
can't
know.
brandish a weapon like that, but that's the difference from it being illegal to even if you allowed to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, being able to prove
Yeah,
it. You know what I mean? If somebody sees you do it and they have it on camera and then the whole world sees it, the whole world has seen it.
yeah,
How many people saw Meech that day? 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? That ran
the
by him.
yeah the hospital workers.
Like how many people saw Frank Lucas that day when he walked outside the restaurant, you know what I mean, and capped the dude?
Yeah, that
25 people, you know what I mean? But
yeah
it's
that
different because now 25 million, 250 million people would see it on the internet and you'd be indicted.
yeah yeah
And
that's
not
true.
only that, back in them days, 25 people could have seen it, but who's gonna come to court or who's gonna put their name on a statement for police?
Yeah,
As opposed to
back
if they got the tape, they don't need nobody to say nothing. They play the tape in court and just lock you up.
yeah back then citizens really kept their mouth shut because everybody
Yeah.
it wasn't a million killers walking around. It ain't like nowadays. So once you see something like that happen, it's like they like, oh my God, I don't want nothing to do with that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It wasn't
Regular
friendly.
citizens was keeping their mouth shut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is why their guy, their connect, the dude they worked for when they brought him out of the nightclub on his birthday and they gave him that Gucci gift. You know what I
yeah,
mean? The gift didn't really look like it was from the 80s to me. Maybe I'm just tripping, maybe I don't know
yeah,
Gucci. That looked more
yeah,
like a 2020 Gucci product to
yeah.
me.
That's true.
But
Yeah, that's
but
true.
but anyways, they were like, "Yo, we need to re-up." And he was like, yo, y'all just read up Tuesday or
Right.
whatever you know what I mean? You read
Yeah,
up in the last week and he's like, yo, you're moving too quick. And then they're like, yo, no, we gotta do this. I was thinking right there, I was like, damn, like they're already gonna move. They got to move out of getting their product from this dude who's gonna slow them down.
Well, Mikey, I'm not gonna mess it up, but you'll find out in the next episode exactly why he said that.
Oh, does that come in at the end of episode 3?
Yeah, it comes in towards like a little bit probably past the middle. It's
Well,
a you know
I was asking Bonds his thoughts about, this guy pulling up on him when he pulls the car in front of him, and then Meech jumps in the whip with him, and they have all the seats outlined in
the plastic.
in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
that shit made me have goosebumps, Twiz.
yeah, because like when Meech's brother had got shot, they kind of everything got slowed up hustle wise because Meech was so busy trying to find out what happened,
Right.
and they got behind on the work. But yeah, they going that's going to happen, and Meech is going to find out why the guy is not trying to really hit him off with that much work. But I don't want to say
So
nothing because you ain't see it yet.
there's only 3 episodes, right?
Yeah, that's all on the third episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all on the third episode.
3 in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. But yo, let me ask you, so dude with the gold tooth, dude who's trying to infiltrate the gang and become the new leader, he goes to the
Mm-hmm.
hospital to like scare the dude that he just
Yeah.
what did he hit the dude with, a cinder block or something like that?
Yeah, that's what make it
Yo,
even crazier. Like, boy didn't even come up with no burner or nothing. Like, he was just back there. They just had like a cage match in the back of the alley, bro. And then he go back in the hospital and just,
did you think
you
that
know,
fight was a little too drawn out, Twiz?
it was. Yeah, I mean, especially the like, bro. Like, I thought the other dude still had more of a chance because he even I think smacked him with a bottle in the face, and
Yeah.
then it just was real nasty back there. But when he come in the hospital, the dude got like a thing wrapped around his head, cast on. I'm like, dang. You know what I mean? And he just came back and still tormented him in the hospital. He
Bonds,
came
you
in that
think
joint
he's
like
gonna
Chucky.
Bonds, do you think he's gonna do kind of like what happened in The Lion King? Is he gonna be like, is that guy gonna be like Simba and just go and do what dude told him and just take the long vacation and never come back?
He might play it off.
It's crazy. I don't know. He pissed on himself, so
He seemed
Yeah,
crazy as hell. Like, guys,
yeah,
don't you
yeah,
remember when Meech ran up on him and he
yeah,
was like, yo,
yeah.
man, you shouldn't be running up on me like this? Like,
yeah,
that
But
guy seemed even crazier than Jamo.
yeah.
no, I think the dude was playing it off because when Meech came up on him, one of the dude homies start coming up, and then that's when he start yelling and getting all loud. Like, don't come back
Before
up
that,
there
he
like
was
that again.
aggressive too, though, Twiz.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
He was aggressive before that too. He seemed
That's true.
vicious, man.
Yeah, and
That's
they
why
was
I didn't.
talking about him. They was like, "Yo, he's the most official one out of all of them. Like
The
he was the
second in command.
guy." Yeah. So
Yeah,
That's why it's kind of like a little bit of a consistency era, because wouldn't some other members of the group have come and seen the dude and he would have been like, it was that old mother. You know what I mean? Wouldn't he have tried to say that? Or do you
yeah,
think when he said yes, was that literally the first word he had taken?
yeah. I mean, he probably, how everything happened, he might not have got a chance to holler at his homies. Who knows?
right,
His homies could know. That's how these type of series be. Like, he might fade off. He might be the one to come back and wipe the old head out. You know what I mean?
right.
Like episodes down, he might just come back up and catch
Yeah.
him.
After he
Catch him
has
coming
his
out his
thing.
girl house or something.
Oh my God. Who knows
Yeah.
what's happening, man? Because
Uh-huh.
they have his daughter in play with his girlfriend
Yep. He's a
that
fool.
Meech is also with. Like, so there's so many different twists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got the what was that? It's got that what was that Tyrese movie called, you guys, with Snoop Dogg?
Baby boy.
Yeah,
Baby boy.
it's got that baby boy vibe to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that joint. It's gonna be crazy. And like you said, you ain't see the third episode, so it's gonna be things going on. It's
I'm a
I
half
ain't gonna
hour.
talk
I'm
too
a
much
half
about
hour
it.
into the third episode.
Oh, okay, okay.
When the dad is like, "Yo, you're gonna knock at my house from now on."
Yeah, when he told when he told him to give him the key and everything.
But yo, let's talk about what's going on with Blue Davinci though, man. Blue
Okay.
Davinci,
I'm
what's
just
up?
grabbing my vape. I'm just grabbing my vape real quick, Mikey. Just 1 second. I'm gonna just shut him down real quick.
You Gucci twist. Bonds, what you smoking over there, man?
I'm smoking light today, man. They ain't nothing crazy.
Hey, I saw a big
some
purple
other shit.
jar.
I got some other shit, but I'm taking it easy today, man. It's one of these nights.
Ooh, I thought I saw a big purple jar that you had.
Yeah, it's this.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That ain't no light night. Yo, guess what they got for sale at the dispensary?
Oh yeah.
They got pink runts.
Yo, what they be wanting for them 3.5s?
55 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like 44, but then there's obviously tax on it.
Right.
But yo, they got pink runts at the dispensary.
What? 45?
Yeah. Yeah. $430 for an ounce. That's a steal for the runts, isn't it?
I wouldn't call that a steal. You know what I'm saying? They be having ounces of runs for 300 and shit.
Oh, really?
Like 300. But you talking about in the dispensary.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. I mean, 44 for the eighth ain't bad.
But all right, let's get into it, you guys. Blue Davinci went off. Now he did pay 50 some respect. Keep it real. Blue Davinci did say that BMF should be a great program. He said 50 puts together great stuff to watch, like Power. He gave 50 his respect, but he was also saying, if you play with my name, it's up. Like Twiz, this is to me just reminding me of like some Suge Knight type shit. You know what I mean? And Blue Davinci, I don't know. I don't think he could really make an impact on this television show, man. He's not going to stop the production of a TV show. Why do you think he's so hype?
Well, for one, as we all know, allegedly he's supposed to have, been doing a little bit of talking or something was supposedly fugazi with, the time he served and with the time that he was dealing with like Meek and them. This was just something that floated around. I haven't seen the paperwork or nothing, haven't seen the proof, but we all know sometimes with them letter boys, it get real tricky. Just because the paperwork ain't out there don't mean that he wasn't a little shaky now. I'm gonna just let you, proceed with the questions because I don't want to break my whole, analogy down about it, but that's what he's talking about basically. They better not have his character come on there and have him looking like a snitch on there, basically.
Yeah. I think they saying like, yeah, that's what he's saying. I think they said like he said, I see some shit where he said he I guess he copped out early or something. I mean, took his plea or whatever. And I don't know. People saying debriefed or whatever. I guess when you cop out like that, you gotta state everything that you did and take full acknowledgement. And I guess if other dudes didn't cop out yet, then you know what I'm saying that could. I'm not sure. That's they all saying that federal shit and this and that. So, but that's what I was getting from it. What they were saying to the extent of, you know what I'm saying, what he did, how it. You know what I'm saying.
And Blue Davinci came home. He came home. He had his moment. People made a big deal about him coming home. People started, the blogs were all talking about it. And now Big Meech is having his moment. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I'm just keeping it real. Blue Davinci didn't necessarily move the needle as, you know what I mean, as an artist, but this BMF show is the biggest thing, in my opinion, to come of Big Meech's career thus far. Like it's going to encapsulate because all the shit. I don't think Young Jeezy was an artist signed to these guys. They didn't actually have the big artists back then.
Well,
He was
Jeezy,
he
they
Jeezy
put Jeezy on a little bit though.
But
Jeezy.
did they have a deal? Did they have Young Jeezy signed like Young Jeezy wanted to sign Chief Keef?
No, Jeezy was under him. You gotta remember they were street guys. Jeezy was under him, but Meech was pushing Davinci more than anybody. Davinci was his main guy he was pushing.
Yeah,
Jeezy was
because
like,
Jeezy had the deal though. Because Jeezy got the deal. Like early on, when BMF was first coming out, they was running around with Jeezy too. Like
Right.
Jeezy was making his name. He was making his name with BMF when they was buying all them bottles in the club and running through Atlanta like that. Like
exactly.
once he got his kind of was doing his own thing, Blue kind of emerged because Blue was like one of them. Let's like say if we got a label and you kind of got your own thing, Mikey T. So it's like we grinding together, but you got your own thing. If I got S Tweet, like Twizzy is part of my shit. So where's like, all right, we gonna push Twizzy because he's BMF. Like, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? He not just BMF slash whatever he doing too. Like
I see what you're
that's
saying.
you know what I'm saying, how it looked like. I don't know the inner workings of how they did it.
Now, looking from the outside in, I mean, when Young Jeezy blew up, yes, he did still support BMF. You would still hear or see or some of the emblems, some
Yeah.
of the merchandise, you would see it. But
They got hot. He tried to distance himself from them once he was making his, you know what I'm saying? Once his career was getting solidified and he was signing to deal with Diddy and with Block, he still was messing with Block and all they had the boys in the hood. Like, that's why Meech was saying, like, that's why they was a little, you know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? When it got hot, you know what I'm saying? You ain't kind of, you wanted to ride with the name when it was all good, but when it got ugly, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to distance yourself. So that's what they were saying.
we haven't even got there yet in the series, and a part of me thinks we're not even going to get there until maybe the third season or something like that. Twiz, maybe even
They
further down the line. What do you think, Twiz?
It's a 50-50. It would be lit. I'm telling you, like it would be lit, bro. If they bring,
We're
you
only in the
know,
80s so far.
Right.
facts. That's what I'm saying. It would be lit if they bring everything up. I mean, you know, truthfully, and to get back on Da Vinci, he should want them to mention them, man, because at the end of the day, it's like, bro, if somebody do try to discredit you or shift you another way, you as a man, you can use the proofs and evidences. You know what I mean? To prove that what they're saying is not true.
Yeah,
And
good
on top
point,
of that,
Twiz.
it would bring a lot of light to his career because who is listening to Blue Da Vinci right now?
Right, right. And Twiz, that goes into a portion of the video where he's saying, you're going to have to use somebody else's name. You're not going to be able to use my name. You're going to have everybody wondering who is that and this and that. It's like, why would you not want them to use your name? Like Twiz is saying, no matter what light they put you on, it's going to give you an opportunity to be called by different reporters and explain your part of the story, is what I think you were kind of saying, Twiz.
Exactly. If you know that you was a sturdy guy and you didn't do what you think that they're going to accuse you of, then you do what you got to do to prove that that wasn't true. This is television. You can speak your piece and maybe get down to the bottom of it. Because let's say this series never happened. People are still going to think when you hear Blue Da Vinci, all of that is going to come in your brain. Like, bro, wasn't he this? Didn't he do that? It was never really clarified, bro. It was like arguing back and forth instead of getting down to the bottom of it. So, I would use it as closure. If being in his shoes and you feel like you didn't do you know what they trying to say you did.
So another part before we get into this, what's good says favorite scene so far. All right, let's all give our favorite scene so far. I'm gonna say my favorite scene so far has to be the joint where Meech is driving, and then he stops at a stop sign, and then a car of his dealer pulls up right in front of him, and Meech gets into the car, and Meech actually gets into the car, and they have the seats wrapped in plastic. That was definitely my favorite scene so far because yo, Twiz, that shit had me goosebumps, man. The hair on my arm I was like, yo, what is about to go? This is serious. But Twiz, what was your favorite scene so far?
It's hard to pinpoint it, but I can say one of my favorite scenes, bro. And Mikey, you brought up the cop earlier, was when, you know, Meek's brother got shot, and then the dirty cop came, you know, pulled up with the guy, had the tape around him and all that, and gave him out to him. And it was Meech and his homie. And, you know, Meech was just trying to get the ants out of him, and then his homie just came up and shot him. And it was to the point where they started going back and forth, and his homie, like, he pulled the gun out on him like he was going to shoot Meech, and Meech like, do what you going to do, bro. Like, what's up? Do it then. And then his so-called homie put the gun back on his hip. You know what I mean? Because that right there just said a lot, and it also said a lot about being the boss. Because nowadays, you know, young brothers on the streets, they think everything is murder, murder, kill, kill. When you running the foundation, it's a lot of things that's, you know, that you have to control, and you have to be smart and play chess. He got trigger happy people in his group. So that was like one of his first big scenes of him, you know, using boss moves. Like, bro, why did you kill him? I didn't tell you to kill him. You know what I mean? He like, I run this.
And
So that was like
just for not to cut you off, Twiz, but that actor is actually Steve Harris, who plays Detective.
okay.
Yeah, he plays Detective Brian, or who does he play on the show? He plays the detective on the show, but yeah, that's Steve Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And so yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite scenes too, where he actually what did you think? I wanted to ask you, Twiz, of him actually grabbing onto his piece when him and Meech started tugging at each other. Is that just something a homeboy should not do?
Definitely, man. That's your brother, bro. No matter what. Like, if you
You
feel
don't
like
take
you
it that
so,
far.
yeah, if you feel like you so trigger happy, then that's that. Then you just explain like, bro, he had to go. But you never should you know, draw on your brother. I don't care if Meech was the leader of the team or just a part of their circle. It wasn't that serious, but you know, it happens every day, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Bonds. So let's get on to it, man. Do you have a favorite? Like Twiz was saying, there's so many scenes within the 50-minute episodes. Do you have one particular part that you really like the best? Like another good scene was when they went to the guy who had the food truck. You know what I mean? That was good.
Yeah, I like when
That
he
was
asked the dude the apology. He was like one last thing. If you apologize, he threw the nigga the money. He was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that was good.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say this scene when they was in a bowling alley, and the brother was like, the dude said something to him, like dismissed him when he was talking about the business. He was like, "Yo, man," he was like, "Dudes then shot me in the face." You know what I mean? I'm just like, I ain't getting my respect. Like, you know what I mean? From now on, I'm ruling with an iron fist. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to turn up. So
I probably haven't seen that scene. That's probably at the end of season episode 3, isn't it, Twiz?
Yeah, I think that's an episode scene. You talking about, was that when the teacher had brought him his the teacher, he was in there with his girl and everything.
Yeah, he sent her home with the key, like fuck it, like
Yeah,
so
he
he
just
like
was
now
dangling the key.
Yeah, seeming like it's gonna be a shift in him now. Like now he about to like change from, you know what I'm saying, the good guy.
Wow. So,
You want to
anyways,
know?
back to it. Back to it about Blue Davinci. Let me see. So he says they're not going to be able to use my name. They're going to have to guess the person that it's going to make that is making everything happen. He said it's really Big Meech's story. They see him as a young dude. He said it should be a great program. He also said 50 puts together great stuff like Power as an example. But he says if you go on to play with my name, it's going to be up. Um, if you're going to play with my name, if that was your plan, zip it up. Um, I don't see them playing with Blue Davinci's name. Like Twiz, you had alluded to how the media blogs are kind of on his ass about potential paperwork, but I don't think that comes to light until many years later.
Facts, facts, and what Blue need to realize is whatever written in stone as far as that script, it's pretty much done already. This not just like Power. It's not like Power. Like they already got their story mapped out. They might make a few tweaks to a few episodes or a few seasons just before
You
they
never
come.
know. They might jump right to the like he might take a nap and then they might say 20 years later and jump right
Yeah,
into '05 or something or
yeah,
jump in the I mean, they might
I
say
don't know,
yeah,
Bonds. I think they're pretty reasonable about it. Twiz.
yeah.
Twiz, you're a father. Bonds,
Hmm.
obviously, you're a father. So when T had his son, they at least wrote 2 days later. Because you guys speaking as fathers, you probably
Yeah,
everybody knows after you have a kid, you got to take about 2 days. Or is that wrong?
for what?
You
yes,
got to take about 2 days before you get back out in the street.
Oh,
yeah. Well, it depends on what type of person you is. Like me,
it's
I'm
all
definitely,
yeah.
yeah, it depends how knee deep you are in the streets. You
I
know
ain't the
what I
break.
mean?
Let's just say that.
It's
Yeah, Big
you
T
know,
obviously was back out. This guy got shot in the eye, and he had a
Oh,
scene. He had a scene where he was like, "I love it. I just love it. It makes everybody
yep,
respect me."
you got to
yep,
feed that baby too,
yep.
man. You gotta get right back out there. I left the hospital. Out there, man. Pick you
Which
up.
and Mikey, you ain't see that part, but he gonna get into a I'm not gonna break the conversation down, but what Bonds was talking about earlier with the bowling alley situation, he's gonna come home to like his baby mom, and they gonna have like a big conversation about that as far as like him getting back into the streets after everything, and he gonna break all that stuff down. So pretty much exactly what you just said, Mikey.
Now, guys, Blue Da Vinci said one thing on this video that kind of made me go, like, aside from me being like, dude, Jesus, dude, like, just use this to your advantage. One part of it made me go, what the hell? He said 50, and this is what he said, Bonds. He
Yeah,
said 50 didn't sell one dime rock in the park.
yeah, he
What
said
the
that.
hell does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, he said that.
Man,
How the hell is he saying some shit like that?
That's
First of
not
all, like,
accurate too, though.
what?
That's not even accurate, though.
I
of
know,
course
but
it ain't. That's the problem, man, with guys like what Da Vinci need to realize is, bro, you ain't run BMF, bro. You ain't run that. It's nobody that wasn't around Meech that wasn't getting money, bro.
I don't
Meech
know
put,
why he said that. I don't know why he made that
yeah,
video.
like he acting
shit
like
was just
Meech ain't get
bugging
him,
when he said
like
that.
Meech
It was
ain't
like,
put,
come on, bro.
That
This
shit
is
yeah,
a
he acting,
was
business
totally
opportunity.
unnecessary.
This is a business opportunity for your man, Big Meech, that's going to make $100 million. And you're talking about selling a dime? Are you kidding me right now?
yeah, yeah. People always do that, man. They be quick to discredit somebody. You can't say what somebody did if you're not from their hood. Especially when a person is successful, because you might be like, oh, 50 from here, and I know people from here, and they say this and that. You're going to have haters everywhere, bro, where people that's going to discredit your name just because you winning in life, bro. But you can tell how 50 moved. He was never no sucker, and it wasn't nobody gonna stop him from doing what he wanted, whether he was in the streets or not, man.
Shit.
Well, what do you make of him kind of going back mid-statement, Bonds? Because he did say, 50 does great stuff like Power. So I mean, he went back on it mid-statement.
He went back on it, but it was like an underhanded comment because he was like, "Well, niggas is out getting," you know what I mean? Like he make good shit to watch. For, you know what I mean? For dudes to get back in, watch when they get back in from getting money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah, he makes good
feel
shit
like
for people to watch. Period.
yeah,
right.
and I feel like
He didn't
he
say
was
that. So it was like an underhanded compliment.
Yeah.
I feel like he was talking crazy, like giving a warning, but also kissing 50 behind, like, well, you do make good stuff, so I count on you to do the right thing. Like that's the type of message I get right there, man.
But at the
50,
end of the day,
50
he
a genius.
but he also said executive producers, writers. We all know 50's executive producer. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask y'all this. We know about Frank Lucas. We know what he did. It was written in stone. They had American Gangster come out where the movie was glorified, but at the end, it was that. Same thing with Paid in Full. You had Alpo, he was glorified, then the end comes, the truth is the truth, man. And one thing that we all need to realize is 50 got appraisal from Big Meech to do this. So they not just writing up anything, bro. If it's getting wrote, then it's coming from like Meech not in the position to be calling from the jails talking about, yeah, Blue Davinci is this or he that. So whatever is being written up, it's most likely going to be true when we talking about, certain characters, especially if they bring up Blue Davinci. I don't think they would just put extra dirt on his name or run with a narrative that was put out there just because.
Yeah, man. And no disrespect, but we want to hear this story from Big Meech's mind. We want
True.
the interactions that Big Meech had with his brother, his sister, his father, all the
Exactly.
different people he went through to make his connections in the game. We want it from him right now. You know what I mean? And we're getting that opportunity through this show.
Exactly.
Appreciate you, DeBerna. Thanks for tapping in, man.
The burner, what's up? Salute to everybody in the chats too. Much love and respect, y'all. What's good?
If you're in the chat, salute you.
Steve Drive
Definitely.
says Sosa from BMF called Bleu a snitch. Now, you see, like Twiz was just saying, Big Meech isn't at the point where he's doing all these interviews where you're going to have all of his feelings on each of these topics and his consistent renewed feelings. So in the future, when Big Meech comes home, it says he's coming home in 2028. We will have the opportunity to hear from him because, now he's going to be on all the hottest talk shows, Twiz.
Facts, Mikey, and his son said he might be coming home sooner than that. That's what Lil Meech said. Lil Meech just did like an interview on something, and he said he's coming home before that. You know what I mean? So that would be super heavy.
And then so the last comment he made, if that was the plan, zip it up. Do you think they're really, in regard to this show, BMF, do you think they've got Blue Davinci's character even written in thus far?
You on mute, Bonds?
My bad. Maybe not. I don't know. Like it depends. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how intricate what but once they get to the music, they probably gonna have to because they're gonna put that they was in the music and they had an artist in. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna probably portray him and they might portray Jeezy in there.
But,
Right.
But they might not get into what happened when they got caught and what happened with Blue Case and all that. They might not even get into all that.
He might be overthinking this.
Yeah, he might be overthinking.
But they might do though, because that's part of the story also. But y'all know what's crazy and what would be lit, y'all, if they really have Jeezy on that joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, if they really can get Jeezy on there, that would be lit for him to really act himself.
Well, I mean, I bet you they could get him with the right budget. And
They could.
now, because Jeezy was making such legit money, he didn't want to incriminate himself. You know what I mean?
True.
Major difference than snitching, not incriminating yourself and stepping back from something. You know what I mean?
True.
He stepped back, sort of like how they you know what I mean? Sort of like how 6ix9ine tried to do beforehand, but then he ended up snitching on everybody.
He stepped. I
What
mean
do
to
you
cut
think?
you off. I would compare him more to stepping back, how Jay-Z did, how Dame Dash did. You know what I mean? They really come from that life and got the opportunity and step back. You know what I mean? At the
Well, I
right
was
time.
comparing it to an opportunity of somebody trying to step back real quick, but then they're like, "You didn't step back quick enough, dude."
Yeah.
That wasn't quick enough, kid.
Yeah.
But I think they're, like what did we see with Big Meech's mom? She was like, "Listen, this is the reason I can't take this money from you."
Right.
But then the sister took like what, $15,000?
Yeah.
Facts. And he paid off their house for him.
How much was that, Bonds? How much did he give the sister in that scene? Those were all hundreds. How much was the stack of hundreds like that? Or it was more of a roll?
If that was all hundreds, you're right. That could have been about. Now, if that was all hundreds, it could have been about 10, 15. Could have been.
Probably about 10.
And she was just talking about going on the trip and everything, man.
10.
You know
Where is this trip to?
Who knows? It was like a basic school trip. I'm pretty sure it wasn't over $100. He gave her he gave her money for hotel and everything. Like,
No, bro.
buying cars too.
It had to be a trip to like Washington, D.C. or something, you guys.
Yeah, definitely. But you know how school trips is though, Mikey? You could really be going somewhere, especially back then, like you get like a discount on what you would really be paying because y'all going on like a bus and everything. So it's like, damn, I love you, brother.
Well,
I can take vacations till I'm graduate.
I'll be honest. I see why Big Meech gave his sister that money to go on the school trip because I myself was a victim of not being able to go on the school trip to DC. I didn't get to go to DC either, you guys, but it wasn't because of the money. It was because they kicked me off the trip.
Oh, man. Yeah, I went on a school trip to DC before.
That's dope.
Yo, Steve. The indictment is for sure going to be in the show. Are you kidding me? They wouldn't. Why do you think they're making the show? Of course it's going to be in the show, but how far down the line is that in the show? I don't think they're going to go 20 years down the line, Bonds. I don't think they're going to do it 20 years.
It'll be too early. They're going to have to do it piece by piece. I feel like by the time we get to like season 7,
I think they're gonna skip to like. I think they're gonna skip to like 10 years later. I think by season 5. I mean by episode 5, the latest.
Really?
But if they
one more episode tops of this 85. It's gonna be at least.
The only thing about that is once they was grown and started getting money. Like let's just say it's 10 episodes each season, you know what I mean? You know, by the time they grown and getting money, they not gonna be able to stretch it out.
Only 8 episodes.
Nah, I'm not sure about that.
It's probably gonna be 10 because most of these series these days is like 10.
Right.
You know,
what I did read, Twiz, was that they had Little Meech signed up and filmed 8 episodes already. Whereas
only 8 episodes?
8 episodes.
He has only filmed 8 episodes as Little Meech, but we're thinking because they're gonna eventually transition to the older guy who plays the older version.
So that's when after 8 episodes, then.
I don't know, Bonds. I don't think so.
So you mean to tell me
I think they always have the opportunity to dive back and bring Little Meech in throughout the
true.
next 10 seasons. They
That's
can
true,
always
Mikey.
dive back. But
That's true.
I would be a little disappointed if I only got 8 episodes of Little Meech at this point. Wouldn't you
Yeah,
agree, Chris?
I would agree for two reasons. The first reason is, when they become adults, it's balling and it's boss moves. A lot of people in the world, we got to witness that. And for two, that's Big Meech's son. Let him get as much money he can off of this, and succeed, because the more episodes he get, the more income he getting, the more his dad can smile when he watch the episodes. You know what I mean? So I feel like he should definitely at least get three seasons.
Hold on. Whoa, Twiz, watch the episodes. Bonds, Twiz, you both have been locked up. How is Big Meech going to be able to watch these episodes? They have stars in
He
jail, Bonds?
No, he can watch him. He can watch him because
Yeah, but they got
Little
a
Meech
cell
did it.
phone.
Little Meech did an interview. This was probably like last week, and he was speaking on his pop, and he was like, his pop was, excited about it. He's able to watch it. That's what Little Meech said. So they letting him watch it. That's Big Meech. He like Al Capone in that joint.
That's lit, man. What's good says Little Meech is the cover art for season 1, so they won't fast forward this season. So maybe it is only 8 episodes. We'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked if it was 8 episodes. A lot of seasons are 10 episodes. So it would not shock me if it was an 8 episode season. Just have to wait. I was doing some research to see if any of the other cast members had filmed more episodes. Can't really remember right now. Let me see. Arnold says, Mikey, make your next step, bro. Make Report Card Radio on actual radio station for sponsor. CT New England Report Card Star Music. Hit me up. Love you, bro. Hey,
Let's
Arnaldo,
go.
let's get it popping, man.
Okay.
Let's go. Salute,
That's why
Bernardo.
that's why we be staying on here for so long, because we're like a radio show, man. Dan
Definitely.
Hill, y'all cool. In G
Much
voice.
love.
In
Much
in
love.
G's voice from Flip the Script. Y'all cool. Y'all cool.
You all right yourself, man.
You cool.
You already know.
He's cool. Hold on. So Steve Drive Lamron says, Twiz, so you're telling me that Preem can watch Raising Canaan from prison?
No, that's not true. I mean, everybody is different, but for some reason, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Little Meech just did an interview, like literally last week, and he said his pop is able to watch it, and he's proud of him. He's hype about it. You know what I mean? He loved how he's acting him and everything. So Meech is y'all gotta remember, like, it's different custody levels, and when you're dealing with them type of federal jails and all of that, they all different. I know guys that been in there and they was able to like make seafood, snow crab platters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Some of them is so sweet you can escape like a juvenile placement. You know
They
what I
got,
mean?
they
They got
got them dudes got phones, apps, all that. He got a
yeah,
start on his phone. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying? I got dudes in the state that, you know what I'm saying?
why
I do all that.
why is Steve Drive asking that question though, Twiz? What would Preem think if he watched Raising Canaan?
I probably, I just feel like Preem you would have to ask Bonds that more, because Preem is he's the like the OG that 50 had the issue with, right? It was like a
Yeah.
little, it was a lot going on. So
Bonds, why do you think Steve is saying this? He's saying, so you're telling me that Preem can watch Raising Canaan. What would Preem be thinking in jail watching Raising Canaan? Would he not be intrigued? Would he be like, God, this reminds me of my life? Or what's he mean by this
Yeah,
comment?
he might be intrigued. This is a South Side story, you know what I'm saying? That was his area where he was operating, so you know what I'm saying?
It says that they showing Baisley in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dope to see. You know, they talk. You know what I mean? They talking about. You know, so he was there in that time. So you know what I mean. But
Who's bigger? Who's bigger, Bonds? Supreme or Meech? Or is that not even really a question?
uh, I would say probably Meech had more bread. You mean bigger as a person or
Yeah,
bigger have more
yeah.
money?
Meech was yeah bigger like as international richer like
Yeah,
So
Supreme was just of
so
course
Meech
Supreme
had
wasn't broke.
so Meech okay, so Meech had a bigger operation.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
Meech also has his television show before Supreme has a television show.
yeah.
but but
Um,
also
The Supreme team is world renowned though. They world known though. I mean, you know,
Bonds, could you see Supreme with a television show like this, or why hasn't it happened?
it'll probably be something that that come out about them, him and Fat Cat and them and their whole story and all that. I mean, it's books on it. It's a lot of documentaries on them. You know what I'm saying? It's a million documentaries on them, but I don't know. There's somebody to do it. Maybe
So
I.
who had more money, Twiz? Big
Meech.
Meech or Frank Lucas?
Oh,
I would probably have to say Meech. I would say
Because of the
Meech.
eras?
Not because of the errors, because of mentality. Like Frank Lucas was strictly in. He was like New York, bro. Like you know what I mean, he might have
oh,
dealt with a couple guys in the tri-state, but he wasn't hitting nobody off with a. He wasn't having people out of Atlanta hustling for him. He wasn't having people in California hustling for him. Where Meech would have people like state to state, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, it was a big difference, and plus he was more of an entrepreneur as far as like the limousine companies. You know, they had Meech had so many things going on, bro. Like Meech was more like he was like Frank Matthews. You know what I'm talking about? Like he was more of that level because you know how much money wasn't accounted for that they was just burning, and just blowing. They was balling, bro. Like, and he and Meech made a lot more people rich than a lot of people.
Steve Drive says, which rapper's biopic right now would sell the most? I think honestly, you know, you can't really put Big Meech into this as a, like a Diddy like mogul. You can't really say
Yeah,
that, but obviously Big Meech's story is the hottest story of the moment.
it is.
I really can't think of another rapper whose story would be generating this much interest.
It
Um,
is.
you know what I mean? Like
The,
even a show from Supreme, I don't think would be generating this much interest. Now,
it
Twiz, they do say that Jamie Foxx is going to be playing Supreme in a movie. That would generate the interest in a film.
it would. Especially like a movie, man. That if it's produced and directed properly, man. The sky is the limit, man. When it comes to these things, man. But like what make like Meech's story so entertaining is on top of him being in the streets when he become an adult. He in so many loopholes with rappers, like even a situation where like Diddy bodyguard got killed and things of that nature, man. Like it's just so many ways and so many things that they can bring in, Meech's story as far as with the series.
So, what do you think? Maybe a Diddy biography?
A Diddy biography, a Diddy series would be even lit. You know what I'm talking about? Like him coming from before Big and all these guys. You got Biggie, you got Mace.
Right.
It's just the locks. You
Show
know,
you really how to make it in the music industry.
exactly,
It would be
exactly.
called
So
like
that
This Is How You Make It.
exactly, it'd be a series called Take That.
Yep. Take that. This is how you make it. Take that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jay-Z bio would be amazing. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be done at some point, when
But Dame,
Rock Nation makes their venture into films. Twiz.
Yeah, but then Jay-Z would have to do it, and in order for him to do it, he would have to be at some kind of peace with Dame, because Dame is a part of that, you know,
Mm.
Biggs, and then we Big
I don't
L,
know,
man,
Twiz. I bet you they
Jazz
would
up.
find a way.
Yeah, they would.
I
Money
bet you they would
talk.
find a way to sidestep him.
No, it wouldn't be right if they sidestepped Dame. It just wouldn't be right.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with that either, man. Just
Yeah,
because that Jay-Z needs that guy dancing by him, drinking all the champagne while he's being the straight man.
exactly. Dame was that guy. He brought a lot of energy, man. And he was great at what he do and still is.
Bonds, they asked what rapper would you want to see a biopic from right now? In the comments, SwayX says Nipsey Hussle, Steve Drive says Jay-Z, Big Swift says Snoop Dogg. What do you think? And who's JBM?
JBM is the Junior Black Mafia from Philly. Aaron Jones and them. Salute to JBM, man.
My man
Yeah.
Twiz always be knowing that shit.
All right.
Bonds, who you got before we move on to the next topic, man? Before we get on to the Saigon versus Vado battle. Bonds, is there a rapper bio that you would want to see? I'll tell you, I went back, I watched Tupac's. It wasn't as bad as I initially thought. I love Straight Outta Compton. The Michelet movie actually wasn't that bad.
I ain't watched that. I never watched that yet. I gotta check that out.
I didn't watch that either.
Yeah, you guys should check it out because they have like Eazy-E in it and Dr. Dre.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. All those guys are in it, man. And the actual Suge Knight from some of the other films is in it. That's why I was saying it's like Suge made such a big deal at Straight Outta Compton. He probably really could have got paid on the other films if he would have just kept his mouth shut for a little bit. But Bonds, what do you want to see from a hip hop bio, man?
I don't know. Maybe
Run DMC. I think you want to see.
I kind of know that story. Maybe somebody like Busta Rhymes. You had never heard their story. Or King Von to have a good story, right?
King Von?
He would. Yeah, he would. He would, Bonds. That would be crazy.
It would be an exciting story.
He
King
would.
Von. Yeah, King Von is the man. King Von is the man.
What about Big L?
Big L?
That's dope. Mace.
That'd be dope.
The Mace biopic.
Yeah.
What's good says exactly 50's name was Young Caesar. LOL. They need to make an actual 50 bio because he probably got the best story in hip hop. And Twiz, you didn't hear this. You weren't in here yet, but Bonds actually tried out. Bonds went for tryouts at BMF.
What? Salute, Bonds, bro. You be working, man. You gotta let us know the next tryouts, man. We come up there with you, man. We out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Bonds be grinding. He
Salute,
was also
Bonds.
talking
That's
about.
What's up.
I don't want to get Bonds implicated here, Twiz, but Bonds was saying that BMF actually was connected with Smack at one point.
Oh, he
what
was.
Were you saying?
He was.
Yeah, BMF Smack DVD. I mean,
yeah,
BMF,
he was.
Smack put the BMF DVD out.
He was. If you check the joint where Meek was talking about every man eat for themselves, man. I think Smack. When Smack, I think used to. Smack used to have. I think used to say like D1 or something at the bottom or something like that. Yeah, that was Smack right there. Smack was a workaholic. He was, and that's what
they was fans of the Smack. They flew niggas out there. They flew us out there for like a week with them.
You see Twiz?
We got all that. It's like
they flew him out.
We came to New York. We got up with them. We hung out with them like they loved Smack. Like they loved Big Meeks, loved Smack.
So Bonds, how was the experience? Not to get off topic too much, but being able to
It was
pull up
crazy.
to Meech and them.
Yeah, it was
Damn.
crazy. We could do a whole live about it, man. It was I ain't gonna lie, it was fire.
You heard that?
I was talking, like,
He
I was
said we should do a whole live about it, man.
That's
Like, I was telling people about them, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, they was lit. You know what I'm saying? We
Facts.
partied with them, been in the club with them, like, it's all true, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
That's
but
crazy, man.
you remember, I was just telling Mikey T, like, we had on the smack, like, we'll have one artist on one side and the other artist on the other side. Then, like, BMF, I don't even know what they, you know what I'm saying, did, but they got, they had their own DVD, like, you know what I'm saying? They had both covers. They had the whole segment, like the whole, you know what I'm saying? We had a couple other artists on there, but it was basically a BMF DVD.
You gotta remember this was Meech. Meech probably like couldn't take this 50,000. Yeah, I mean,
Came out there, they had
such a boss like that.
They had the billboard right there. So when you come into Atlanta, man, crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, we're gonna have to dig into that on another episode, Twiz, where we can really just pull a bunch of that night of what happened, the nightclub, you know, going to the award show. But let's get into the battle though, you guys. Let's get into the battle with Saigon versus Vado. This was MC War. They had a bunch of other battles. Ines actually battled Big T. Twiz.
Yes.
Big T's a known guy. You know, he's actually battled Hollow the Don.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, that was heavy, man. And they also battled. I believe it was 2 rounds on beat, and the last round was acapella. And it was a good battle for them too, man. And one of the things that they both spoke on, for one, they pay homage to each other, you know what I mean? But it was pretty much written in stone that Big T was gonna get over on Ness when they take the beat off. Ness like, bro, you know what I do to beats? I'm gonna walk them down. But Big T seemed to had, was holding it down on the beat, bro. And Ness seemed to have shocked Big T on the acapella part. You know what I mean, on the last verse. So it was a dog fight, man. And I got Ness 2-1 on that one. But salute to both of them guys, man. Salute to them.
That's dope, man. Another battle they had.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I only saw snippets of that one.
That's on YouTube?
I don't think the whole battle is out now. It might be out by now.
Hold on 1 second, you guys. We got our homie Chronic Conversations own.
Man.
Is in the building.
What up, my guys? Hey, man, working, man, working. Now, as soon as I get off work, I'm tapping in. You know, I had to come right on here, man.
So, Rosewood, before you got on, we were talking about BMF, obviously. We ventured off and we spoke on hip-hop biopics. We all spoke on some of the ones that just came into the chat. Fat Joe bio. I think that would be dope. Also, another one, DMX bio would probably surpass Straight Outta Compton. What's Good says if they did it right. That's a big thing about doing hip-hop bios right. Straight Outta Compton, obviously a classic. Rosewood, I went back and watched All Eyes on Me. It really wasn't that bad. What would you want to see as the next hip-hop bio film, man? Twiz said Big L would be an interesting one.
Facts. Twiz, good one. You kind of still, you could. Well, you ain't still. You already had a great minds think alike.
Appreciate it.
Because I was trying to come on like a real hood story joint, like the next one I will wanna see, and definitely and anyone I will want them to do right. I'm pretty sure it's somebody I could think of, but I will want to see DMX. I want to see DMX. Like that, his story, just the urban legends, you know, that's verified by so many people that became true stories. To put that in the movie, you know, it's a lot of stuff. You know, him battling the different artists. Maybe they might put a scene in there where he battling Jay-Z, stuff like that. You know, they would have to definitely do it right. I'm pretty sure while I'm sitting here, I'm gonna think of somebody else, but Big L too. Big L is because really, if Big L didn't die, he would have been the first signee to Rockefeller, I do believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about that deal that Big L was supposed to sign.
Facts. You know,
another one, AC Suspense says Big Pun. That would definitely be an interesting one.
Well, somebody said Fat Joe earlier, so that would be like a combo joint right there. Being as though Fat Joe, you know, brought Big Pun out.
I think you could do both. I think you could do both.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see their films together like that. But so Rosewood, what has been your thoughts on BMF, man? So far I'm 2.5 episodes in. I've seen the first two in about 3/4 of the third episode. Have you caught any of the episodes yet?
Yeah, I'm about 1.5 in. I was watching the second episode earlier. You know, I just had something to do, but I'm definitely feeling the BMF movie. I mean, the series, because the way they portray is almost could be a movie, and I like how they pay homage to Young Boys Incorporated. You know, giving like a little history lesson. You know, of what came before Meech and them. You know how it was when they was growing up. So I like the direction they went in, and I definitely like the casting. You know, having Wood Harris there in the beginning, you know, as you know, Meech's boss when he was a kid or whatever like that. And you know, just the casting in there. I like the casting. So far so good. So far so good, man.
What did you make of the opening scene, Rosewood, where Meech was walking and they had sort of like that block party where all the girls were dancing on the street? You know, what did you make of that scene, man?
That took me back to, you know, block party days in the summer in the hood, like just like being a kid. And you know, seeing like the drug dealers, you know, the fly chicks, you know, because everything's all in one area. So you might be on your steps, but everybody's going to the bar right 3 doors down from you. So you seeing all this stuff going on. People dancing in the street to the new music, people singing the new music. So it really took me back. So that was one of the things that hit me. I said, then they got me with this. You know, it give you that nostalgia feeling. It's authentic. It's definitely authentic.
There's a meeting that T and Meech go and they have, and they get pushed out of their spot, Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
Why was the spot by the funeral parlor so hot? Why was that such a good spot to go hustle at?
It was a popping spot. It was a popping spot. You know, you have that. That's you know, back when it's not that anymore in the city, but back when you had blocks, you had certain blocks that had names. You know, like, all right, you really wouldn't know who's running it until it stops and then somebody else comes in. But that block always kept the same name no matter who ran it. It's prime real estate. Like Nino Brown would say, it's prime real estate. That's why.
Yeah, in Bonds, it was interesting because T like picked that other spot where the workers were, you know, the guys who were coming out of the mill. Right. So it's almost like you see how they were targeting their areas of marketing their shit.
Right. Being smart about it.
Facts.
But T found the spot, but Me's the one that made it work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%. 100%. So all right, let's get back into it before you now you're pretty much caught up with us, Rosewood. What's good says Nas bio as well. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a good coming of age movie.
Okay. Well, I would.
What's good? We appreciate you tapping in on the stream. He's about to log out. So let's get into the battle. before you logged in, Rosewood, Twiz said he gave Ines 2-1 on Big T. Another battle that took place was Unp versus Charlie Clips.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that one.
Would you say, Bonds?
I've seen that one.
Bonds, do you want to give your take on Unp stepping into that?
But Unp been battled.
That's true.
So I don't think that was new for Unp, but it was cool. It was alright battle. Who would I give it to? Probably Charlie. Yeah.
Okay.
Twiz, did you get a chance to catch that one?
I ain't get a chance to catch it.
I
ain't get a chance to catch it either.
That one either.
So let's talk about the battle with Saigon and Vado. It was a little bit under 20 minutes. It was the main event. Twiz, do you think it deserved main event over Ines and Big T?
Yeah, I think it deserved it. I still think it deserved the main event just because of the names.
Because of the names?
It deserved it. Yeah, definitely.
Very considerable. Bonds, watching this battle, not revealing your thoughts on it just yet. Did the battle live up to the 3, 4, 5 weeks of hype?
Yeah, I guess so. Who's that?
Rosewood, right after this battle happened, you hit me and said, "Yo, Mikey T, we got to talk about it." What are you thinking about this one, man? Get it off your chest.
It was, man. It was. Now, look, this one thing I would say, like, it definitely was for who it was, who the people were. It definitely was supposed to be, the showcase, the headliner. It was just, I think Saigon didn't really come as prepared. Vado came real prepared. Now, I also told you, I think if it was two better artists in there, I think we would have had a better showing with that format, with using the beat. And then, the first 2 rounds are 16s, the last one is a 32. So imagine if we got like Jadakiss going against the Seagull up there with the same format. It's going to be way better. So the format that they had, that they set up, I love that. I want them to keep doing it. Now, hopefully the next one they do, they have some better competition. Vado came, he brought his A game. Saigon started playing around. It's like, yeah, he started being goofy. And Vado was like, I'm here to rap and give you these bars. Give you a good song at the end. And which he did.
Yeah.
I just think they can get some better talent up on there. And we will have a great show. I'm serious with that format. I like the format.
So you are all right with the fact that they use the beats?
Yeah, because it's something different, and that kind of give me a nostalgia feeling too. It take it back to being on the block. So, Twiz, somebody pull up on their car with that beat CD, whatever, and the beats is playing, and everybody rapping. Old heads, young boys, the fiends is rapping. It's just that's what it remind me of for real. So it's like people will have 16, then somebody will come out with a song, and they like, oh, that's crazy, and then that's how your buzz will get up. So it takes me back to those days of being on corners in different hoods, listening to everybody, whoever that walked up. It could be a random person coming from work. Yo, can I hop in real quick? Come on. He that's getting off work and can spit the craziest 16 you ever heard and walk off. That's what it takes,
bro. Hopping off the bus real quick.
Quick.
That's what this was supposed to be. That's what this was supposed to be, you guys. So the battle starts off. Vado really came with it. He wasn't playing.
Yeah.
One of the issues with the battle was, I think, the microphone in general. Bonds, the microphone that they used.
Yeah.
I think we know these guys got the bag. I mean, they paid all these artists. We just listed off 6 artists that they put up money for.
Yeah.
but they came with a ring. They even had a ring. They had their setup and everything.
Yeah.
Did they slack on the microphone in that end of the setup, Bonds?
Yeah, they slacked on the sound. Did they not do a sound check?
That's what I was thinking, because when Saigon was saying like he couldn't hear the beat and he had to start it over because he wrote to the beat, it got kind of out of order. And that's when I was like, that shit had happened.
Yeah.
That's when I think Saigon stopped really caring, like, oh, all right, they got the sound messed up. I'm still gonna spit it, but it ain't the same energy that I had, So the sound quality and the sound performance definitely could have been better.
Yeah.
So let's tap into that a little bit, Twiz, because that's something that Saigon did say. He was like talking to the DJ. He's like, yo, turn it off, restart it, because we wrote to the beat. He's like, we wrote to the beat, so we got to be on point with the beat. He's like, you know what I'm talking about? Like that, like he did that. Vado, didn't take his aim away from the battle whatsoever.
Right.
Saigon was talking to the DJ. Saigon was talking to his homeboy behind him, making sure his homeboy liked the bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What did you make of that, though? Could you sympathize with that they need to be in the correct, order?
Is that question on me, Mikey?
Yeah, Twiz.
I feel as though it can definitely throw you off, man. Like, especially if any of you guys, like, if y'all been on the stage before,
Facts.
You can rap all you want, man. When you pull out that microphone and the beat, it just hit different, especially if you can't hear yourself. But at the same time, Saigon ain't have an issue with it. You know what I mean? So, if anything.
Oh, he did have an issue with it.
I mean, my fault. So I meant to say Vado didn't have an issue with it. Vado ain't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Vado was rolling. So if anything, to be a seasoned rapper, supposedly as Saigon, if that was an issue, I would have turned around to that DJ like, man, the audio is messed up. Just cut the beat off, bro. Just let me get off. Cut the beat off. And let me just go in because I can't hear it clear. That was probably the only other option. But other than that, man, with the microphones and everything, like we done seen plenty of artists perform on stages and the audio, I'm pretty sure Wayne was on a concert before and it wasn't hitting right, but he still continued to roll. It just comes up to the talent and the experience and the hungriness of what you have when you on that stage.
Facts. That's true.
Rosewood, but to be honest, Saigon did come with it. You know what I mean? He had some dope ass bars. And you're right, Twiz. I think if it was an a cappella setting, I think Saigon would have went off a little bit better. Now, speaking from an artist standpoint, Bonds, how did you think that Saigon's voice sounded on that joint? I thought he had a great battle rap voice that he could have done it without the beat.
Yeah. I think he wasn't prepared enough and really professional enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like
absolutely
being like, you know what I'm saying? He was distracted by the crowd, paying attention to other things, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be locked into what you doing, like, you know what I'm saying?
From the rip, because it's supposed to be a connection. Shout out to K Slay, because K Slay was the DJ, so it's supposed to be already sound check, dress rehearsal. So if there is technical difficulties, this is what we're going to do if this happens. Already see the sound messes up. All right, we see that as a problem. Might be a problem later. All right, would you mind? Matter of fact, I'm going to cut the beat off. If it mess up, I'm going to go like this, like, and it's going to cut. That's simple. So like you said, that's being professional and, being on point with your craft. I think Bonds, you on point with that. Saigon was lacking. He could have put in some, the time and effort and made a better presentation. Because Vado came in there like, I don't care what's going on. You getting these bars the way I want to deliver them to you.
Yeah,
Vado
came with all 3 of his rounds, like totally prepared.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But all right, so let me bring it back to you, Twiz. Or what did you think when Saigon's own bars were used against him by Vado, and then he started performing the joint with him in the middle of the battle?
It was strategic, man. It was strategic. Vado came in there like he knew the odds was against him, just because of Saigon, like street credibility, and he pulled the 8 Mile out the bag, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when he reversed it, like, yeah, you did do this to my girl, but you know what I mean? Like, he reversed it on them. Like, I already know what you gonna bring. So he was strategic and he was prepared as a true rapper MC should do when he's stepping on this stage and they're doing the verses talent wise. Like, we not rehearsing songs that we already got recorded. This is like we spitting bars. Who's the better artist? You know what I mean? So
facts.
Honestly, that didn't seem rehearsed to me. But Saigon went with it when he spit the bars, and like they shook hands and they started dancing a little bit. What did you think of that, Rosewood?
What when he said Saigon bar against him?
Yeah, when he used Saigon's old bars against him and Saigon just started, Saigon even Instagrammed about it. He was like, I never seen somebody getting dissed but have the biggest smile on their face.
Oh, cuz the reason why he had to give him his flowers for doing it. The way Vado set it up, the way he put it out there, he had to give him his credit. Like, damn, I wish I could have did it like that. He had the face on like, damn, boy, got me. He had that face on like, oh yeah, he got me with that one. And it's a bar that I like. It's a bar that I like. He got me with a bar that I like, and he put it together right. Oh shit, make me want to say it. So at the end of the day, because it's no bad blood, it's a friendly competition, but at the end of the day, it's still a competition. So that's why I don't think he was like would be upset or anything, or like, damn, he got me like that. I think he was just really proud that somebody put the effort in to really rap, to be an MC, like Twiz said, really MCing up there, really showcasing his talent and his skill.
Bonds, do you have anything to say about that moment?
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out after this too, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll say, I think, and you're right. Like I did, because I was entertained by it. That's why I initially said, you know what I'm saying, like it was a good battle because I was entertained by it. But that was the thing that I did notice that it lacked, like, you know what I'm saying. But not so much on Vado part, because I felt like it would have just been a better battle if, you know what I mean, if Saigon was just more engaged. But you know what I mean, yeah, when he flipped that Let Him Know joint, that Let Him Know joint was on the smack, you know what I'm saying, too. That video, that was crazy. That joint.
So Bonds, before you get up out of here, and I'm gonna put your IG up so everybody can follow you.
Yeah.
Bonds, does Vado have a future in this? And who would you want to see him battle
good question.
On this stream?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
On this stage, excuse me.
I would say let him go at it with one of the Dipset dudes, JR Ryder, one of them.
Okay.
They all Harlem, so maybe he might want to go Brooklyn, somebody or something.
Oh, that's interesting, man. But everybody go follow Bonds. We appreciate you tapping in tonight.
You're already, man.
We're gonna finish up on the last topic of the night, but first let's all answer that question as well. Twiz, do you think Vado has a future with this? Is it a one and done? Honestly, I think
No,
he feels like he's the champ right now, man, and he
yeah,
wants another contender. Bond said J.R. Ryder, Hell Rel. These are cool names. You know, we saw 40 Cal jump on the stage, but that's
hmm
also the Dipset family. Who could we see
yeah.
outside of Dipset him really going
I,
against Twiz? You think he has a future with it?
yeah, he absolutely got a future with it.
Who would
Especially
have
in this
thought?
arena. And who would I would like to see him against? I would have to put him against somebody like Pat Poose.
Boom. There it is. There it
Okay,
is.
okay,
Somebody
That's
that's
good
going
one,
to
money.
take it serious.
That's
good
money.
one, good
That's
one.
money. Let me ask you before we move on to Rosewood. Could Uncle Murda step in that arena? Is that a
Mm,
Papoose would
I,
be great. That would be money. That's
I,
platinum right there. That should be their next event, Twiz. You should be getting a DM in the morning from MC War. But could Uncle Murda step onto that stage or not so much?
I couldn't really see him on there because the style of a rapper he is
mm.
I just couldn't see him.
And Benny the Butcher too big for it?
I
No,
couldn't
I
see him
don't think.
either. I couldn't see him either on it because his style of rapping. I just
What
thought
if
you gotta
they
be a.
throw Benny the Butcher $25,000 to go and battle Vado? Is he going to deny it?
I don't know. I can't. I never really saw Benny the Butcher exercise that style of rap too much. Like his
Mm.
style of rap is different. Like
I see what you're
it's
saying,
like
Cliff.
yeah, he got like a mob flow. Like it's just calm and even with like the videos or something. Like somebody that probably could step on the stage also is like Joyner Lucas, man. I feel like Joyner
Mm.
Lucas is
He might
lyrically
be a
nice.
little bit he might be a little bit next level. I'd like to see Joyner Lucas and Papoose maybe. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be definitely a dog fight. You know
So
what I
let's go
mean?
Papoose and Vado next. Um Rosewood, man, who would have thought that Vado would have a career in this, man? We all didn't think that with this guy coming out with records like My Bay and Look Me in My Eyes and the mixtape with Cameron. You know, you would have thought he would have been a rapper's rapper, but he really excelled in this, man. I'm talking on some like Muhammad Ali type shit. He looked like he was engaged.
Yeah, he looked like. Excuse me. It looked like he was comfortable. It looked like he was at home. It looked like he had his
Facts,
robe and his slippers on. Like he was
facts,
comfortable in that arena. It was never a point where I seen him shook or confused or, like even looking not confident. He was confident through the whole jump. So if he feeling like he's the champ right now, he gotta feel that way because that's the first one. This the first event, and now we need another challenger to come up to, take that from him. Until somebody does that, then you got to say he's the champ of that arena. You got to give him his credit.
facts.
And I would want to see somebody like I was thinking about Lloyd Banks stepping in
Okay,
that arena.
that would be heavy.
Maybe not against Vado. Maybe that might be too soon, but maybe Pat Poulsen versus Lloyd Banks. I
That
would
would be
like to
heavy.
see that with that format.
That would be heavy, man. And
Yeah,
especially
facts.
like we said, these guys are putting checks out there. Like we listed 6 of the battle rappers, obviously, who were getting decent sized checks, you know. So they've got the money to back it up. I think next time they're gonna realize what they have, that they've
Mm-hmm.
got a new competitive, you know what I mean, a new competitive platform that
Mm-hmm.
you guys say, we remember this from our past. You know, this is the
Yeah,
way that they
Facts.
used to do it. So they
yeah,
can live within this, within all the other platforms, I think.
Facts.
I just
yeah.
want to say it just sucks that if Saigon didn't do more battles, because I think he's actually got a voice for it that I think could be really strong in a small stage.
He just had to be
Um,
prepared a little bit more,
yeah,
prepared and take it serious.
facts. Exactly what
I don't
Rosewood
think he.
said.
I don't think
He,
he. I don't think he thought it was going to be. Not to cut you off, Twiz. I don't think he thought it was going to get the reception that it did. You know, I don't think he thought people was going to be really like, yo, we waiting for the next joint. This joint's going to be the next big thing. I don't think he thought that. Vado went out there like, if it is or if it's not, I'm still going out here 110%.
You know what? Like, it's one thing that I can't pinpoint what battle rapper said it, but it was said in the past where when you on the stage and you battling, say it's two rappers, they battling on the stage. Now, this one rapper is battling, and what he's saying is fire, but the crowd is silent. That don't mean that it's trash. That mean that they're listening. It was times where Saigon was saying some fire stuff, but the crowd wasn't reacting. So I feel like that also threw him off, and he started making it like, yo, this is a joke. Like, I'm playing, and like he got to the point where it was like Rosewood said, you be in the streets, you have some people that are hot and they rap, but you got some people where they might be battling and they be laughing, like the laughing throws it off. Him, falling over to his homie, putting this like it was a joke and all of that. You know what I mean? This is a dog fight. Take it serious. Even if you lose, man, you give it all you got. You can laugh and play afterwards, but doing it toward in your rounds, it takes credibility from your round. Because he was saying some fire stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and that also plays into what I've heard a lot of battle rappers say in interviews recently, that it's also the reaction from the crowd that night, but you also got to think about the playback value. You know what I mean? When people watch it on YouTube, you got to think about that because they're going to judge it then as well. Probably more people are going to judge it by that.
More people, definitely.
So you gotta just keep battling like you're battling for those people at home, watching it on pay-per-view, not so much worrying about how you know what I mean, this and that. You gotta although you do gotta make sure your sound is right and your placement is right, I guess. So, that's where I can agree with Saigon and shit. And he's got K-Slay up there. So that's probably why he felt comfortable enough to say, yo, DJ, yo, Slay, you got to run the shit back, man. He just felt comfortable with his DJ as well. Not as comfortable I don't want to say Vado was comfortable on the stage. I want to say he was having fun on that stage. He had fun doing this.
But he was also hungry, though, He was hungry.
True.
For that lane. For
that lane. Yeah, because
if he can get Papoose,
it's a reinvention.
Lloyd Banks, you know what I mean? Who's gonna turn down $20,000 for one night's work?
I can't even see Fab. I can't even see Fab jumping on there. I can see somebody like Fabulous jumping on there.
And another thing rappers gotta understand is you getting on there, they offer you $20,000. If you do your thing and the stakes get raised, your next joint might be 50 bands. If y'all can bring energy, like for instance, like the Keith Murray and Fredro Starr John, like they tried to do that before with the instrumental and all of that. If y'all can funnel the people to come to that platform, like, yo, this is different. Like this, we need this. The more y'all can funnel people, the more money they gonna make, and the more money that is gonna get offered. No different than like Smack.
That is true.
At the beginning, they was giving dudes like 5 stacks, a stack. You know what I mean? They was giving them light money. Now you got people like Cass that can come on there and certain rappers, and they getting 250 bands because y'all gotta funnel that the people to come to that. You know what I'm saying?
And I also think, because they're doing it with an instrumental with a beat, that is going to be worth more. Because just say, like, remember Twiz when we had the Kiss and Siegel battle, it was a battle, but we were loving the songs. If those songs was out now, they would be platinum songs. Multi-platinum, because we listening to them for so much. So imagine you get, like you said, a Papoose Lloyd Banks joint, and that last round where they both got the 32s, they're two crazy songs. Like Twiz said, this is new music that they're bringing. So now you got music that you're selling. You know, it's a real breath of fresh air. You know, and I think everybody's receiving it well because the way they did it, where like I said, 2 16s, the first 2 rounds of 16s, last round is a 32, and this is all new material we're hearing for the artists, and they have time to prepare for it. That means you have time to prepare for your opponent, with the beat. So now you're not only giving us the bars, you giving us something to bob our head to. Because one thing I thought that I think they should change up. I don't think it should be the same beat. For I think both of the artists, both of the artists have different beats, and I think each round it should be a different beat for each round. Whatever the artist picked.
It was the same beat for that whole 17 minutes.
Yeah, it was the same beat for every John.
I think except for the 32, Vado had a different beat for his song.
I think that you was right. The first 2 rounds was the same beat.
And I was like, come on. They had my bad.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just going to say it just seemed like, like I said before, it took me back to when people on the block, that's spitting, that's in a cipher, and then you get 2 people that's hot. You might have been already rap, and somebody else come up new, and we're like, oh no, my man, no, Twez go next, and then y'all that's duking it out, and then the next beat come on or whatever, and you might be like, oh, keep that. Then when he come on, he like, oh, switch it up to that. Or bring it back to number 7 or something like that, So I think if they switch the beats up and just have, keep raising the talent level, the bar, I think this will bring a lot of careers, a lot of rappers' careers back to life. Put a limelight on them. A lot of them that deserve it, deserve their flowers, because people might just know them from, say, like reality TV or something like that, and not know that they really can rap. This is how they got here, So I think this is a way for people really to get the spotlight put on them, because you're giving people songs too. You give them a freestyle, a battle freestyle, and a battle song.
And plus, on top of battling, you got a chance to put on a stage performance to the crowd. And a lot of rappers that are hot that put songs out, they can't control the crowd that good. Like you got like people like Busta Rhymes, where he gonna get on the stage, he's gonna get that crowd rolling.
Yeah.
Now, when you in a battle like this, you gotta give somebody the 8 Mile treatment. Everybody in the 313. I'm talking about, like, you gotta turn that joint up, like when you on that stage. And
Vado made it rain.
He did, and Saigon was giving more Wildin' Out vibes. Like it was like Wildin' Out vibes with Saigon. You know what I mean?
What you mean? But, like when he grabbed Vado's microphone for a second?
I mean, like the laugh, the grabbing the microphone, the laughing, the joking. That's what you do when you on Wildin' Out. But on that stage, it gotta be like Rosewood said earlier, man. Jay-Z and X, they had a beat rolling. You know what I mean? You take it to the essence, bro, especially with them being like old heads, for real.
Your reputation is everything.
Exactly. I don't care how much Henny you drunk, how much Deuce you had, how much loud you was burning. You gotta zone out when you on that stage. It ain't no fun and games till at least afterwards.
Guys, that is a good segue into our next topic, because reputation is everything, you guys. And when it comes to an artist's reputation, a lot of it comes down to the albums that they've put out in their career. Meek Mill has had a bunch of great albums, you guys. Tell me if I'm missing any that you guys know about before these mainstream albums came out. We've got Dreams and Nightmares, Dreams Worth More Than Money, Wins and Losses, Championships, and now Expensive Pain. Am I missing any independent Meek Mill albums that you guys hold fondly in your heart before we get on to this discussion of Expensive Pain, Today, we're going to talk about how you guys felt about the album as well as its first week record sales. But am I missing any key, maybe independent Meek Mill albums? Twiz first.
Not that I know of. Anything before that was like underground albums.
Right. Obviously,
Anything
we've got
besides
the
those,
Flamers, the Dream
definitely,
Chasers mixtapes, his self-made projects with MMG. Any other
definitely.
projects you could think of, Rosewood, that I'm not saying?
No, basically you covered it in Twiz said it because basically before that you have all the flamer, you have all the
Facts.
headshots, all the headshot material because all that material made the best of Meat Mills 1 and 2, and then you have
Facts.
all the flamers material, and then you go into the MMG projects. So that's basically everything's covered.
So Expensive Pain comes out. For some reason, I feel like it came out a little bit quicker than a lot of his other albums. In my opinion, it came out a little bit quicker. How did you feel this one measured up, Rosewood, to Meek Mill's other albums?
Um, I would definitely say it measured up to the bar, the bar that Meek set. He didn't go under the bar. He definitely produced a great album. Overall, out of 18 songs and the way he put it together, it shows real growth and development with Meek. And he also still keeps it Meek Mills. So he gives you everything you love about him, but he's also exercising his creative side, tapping in with different productions and using different cadences and styles and linking with other artists. It might be going off their art and putting his own twist on it. So I see it as definitely growth and development. It might not be his best out of all of them, arguably people could say, but I like it because it's really for a grown album. It's a grown man album. It shows you like, look, I've been here, I've grown, and I'm basically here to stay. I
Wow,
got
Rosewood. You're
I
right.
got some good stuff for you, and it make you want to hear what's coming next.
Yeah, Rosewood, I see here on Meek's other albums, Dreams and Nightmares, and the second, third, and fourth album, all these albums are really about 16 to 18 to 19 tracks
Mm-hmm.
long. So with a Meek Mill album, you're always going to get a lengthy product.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You definitely, yeah. And Meek comes from the era where albums were 18 songs, 20 songs, 22 songs. You might have 25 because people had skits and, stuff in between the songs. So Meek comes from that era where a body of work consists of 18, like I said, the 22 songs,
Facts.
of all great material. What we would call riding music. Stiz, when you taking them trips, OT, if you go on north or south, that's something you putting in. On some,
Facts.
it remind me, I'm not saying it's up there with it, but it remind me of it give me reasonable doubt vibes. Like that, like, all right,
I know what you mean.
like, I'm stepping into this. This is the way I'm living. This is what's going on where I'm from. I'm trying to make a transition. I'm trying to figure life out. At the same
Facts.
time, I'm rolling, and stuff is going on that's affecting me, and not just me, people around me. And I give it to them for expressing that to us. The John
Facts.
for Lil Snoop, I like that John. It's a lot of Jones on there, man, that he really gave us him. And I just
Facts.
think people is really like underappreciating it. I think it will get appreciated, a little later. People will catch on and realize, what it really is.
Twiz, how did you feel about the new album, Expensive Pain, overall?
Man, what I feel about it is it's a great album. Like Honorable Earth said, it's a growth. I feel like it's been undershadowed because the people that's like in control of the blogs and things of that nature, they joke around and they talk about album downloads, album sales. When you gotta remember, somebody like Meek, he's in his lane. He makes music for a certain amount of people, bro. Like it's a certain, you gotta be a certain type of person to even relate to Meek music, man. And on top of that, it's a lot of artists that get a lot of hype, and their music don't even be all that, bro. The beat be whopping. They might have a crazy hook. The verses don't got no substance. They talking about drinking lean and doing this and that through the whole verse, bro. And Meek got so much other things going on besides music, and he gets, so much hate where it's like a movie that come out, bro. The critics is gonna tear it up, and they play games and stuff of that nature, but we can look at somebody like Styles P and be like, how much albums did his last album do in the first week? We could do it with Kiss before the verses. How much did he pull in a week? Do that mean he's not a good artist, or do it mean that he's just trending? There's plenty of trending artists. They not talented. Take that beat away from these guys and tell them to go in. And what is they going to deliver? You know what I mean? A lot of these guys can't deliver, man. Meek is he's receiving a lot of hate.
So let's get into the record sales then, man. Let's talk about Meek Mill's record sales then, you guys. Let's go all the way back to his first album, Dreams and Nightmares. The album that was really plugged with the single I'm a Boss. Hold on, was it? I thought it was I'm a Boss. They got Young and Getting It. They got Amen, which I remember was with Drake. Wasn't I'm a Boss the big single on there though, or is?
Yeah, I'm a Boss was, I believe so. I'm a Boss.
The Boss was on there. Rose Red was on there.
Nah, Rose Red's not on here.
I think Rose Red might have been the Flamers John.
Wow, and I'm a Boss isn't on here either.
It's not, or it must have been his second John there.
And that gotta be the second album.
Yeah.
Unless it was featured on Self-Made.
It might be Self-Made. It was on
Self-Made, you guys. The lead single, you guys, for Dreams and Nightmares was actually I'm Young and I'm Getting It by the homie Louis V, but also Amen with Drake.
Definitely.
Amen with Drake was really his record that people really looked. If you guys remember when they played video clips of Meek Mill in the future, it would always be from that joint.
Yeah, that video was dope. The song was dope. That was a good art right there. Meek definitely was on the right trajectory, man.
Right. Definitely. And the album sold 165,000 copies first week. Now, his second album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, it sold 215,000 copies first week. Meek was on to selling more records than his own CEO, Twiz.
Definitely.
He had the record All Eyes on You with Nicki Minaj and Rico with Drake, as well as I'm not remembering it too much. Twiz, can you remind me of it? Check.
Yeah, I'm running up the check.
Definitely.
Check.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
looking so you guys in the Robin.
So
that's my shit.
Meek Mill goes into a bit of a slump after Dreams Worth More Than Money. He was a little bit upset about that Rico track he got from Drake. He went and everything happens. So he comes back in 2017 and he drops Wins and Losses. Wins and Losses sold 102,000 copies first week. This is a drastic decline.
Yeah, but that's it. See, it was a lot going on. I think that's probation. The judge was messing with him. This was before the Willie situation, so because they was already messing with him, and I think it was just Meek just had a lot going on in his life right there, and wasn't able to for whatever reason, give it the same oomph. But I think that second album got a lot of oomph from off of those Maybach Music compilation projects, because that was almost like a battleground. Ross almost like put all the minutes like, yo, listen, everybody got to spit their best, or you going home type drink. And Meek was already hungry, so when his album comes out after the next album, everybody's waiting for that. The third album come, it wasn't nothing really like that, even on the mixtape scene where they was putting out like
do you guys remember the singles? This is what we've got for singles, you guys. Whatever You Need and Young Black America. Do you guys remember those joints?
The Young Black America one I remember. I remember that one. I don't remember the other one.
And let me ask you, Twiz, do you remember the song F That Checkup with Meek Mill and Lil Uzi Vert?
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to know what was better, F That Checkup from the Wins and Losses album or Meek Mill's recent track with Lil Uzi Vert on Expensive Pain, the track that what's it called? It's called Blue Notes 2. Which one's better?
It's a hard call. I probably had to go with F That Checkup.
Interesting.
Just because I like the timing and everything, and on top of where Uzi was in his career and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Even though Uzi is super lit right now, but it was different then.
So 2017, we get Wins and Losses, Meek Mill's lowest selling album to this date, and he follows it up with Championships. Wins and Losses to Championships, was that a good follow-up entitling sequence? You think Rosewood?
Yeah, no, it was definitely Twiz. You're right. It definitely was. It was definitely, and he showed it in the body of work that he put out. That like we winners over here. I'll take you through all aspects of my life. I'll show you my losses. I'll show you my wins.
He has Fabulous on this album. He has Cardi B on this album. He's got Rick Ross and Jay-Z on What's Free. He's got Future, Roddy Ricch, Young Thug, Drake, Kodak Black, 21 Savage, PNB Rock, Jeremiah, obviously on the song Dangerous. He's got all these people on it, you guys, and Championships actually sold 229,000 copies first week. Which brings me to his most recent album, Expensive Pain. Expensive Pain has actually moved 95,000 copies first week. Twiz, first reasoning I want to ask you, could it possibly be the features that I just listed? He had an all-star cast on Championships, and then on the album, the next album, Expensive Pain, he had, as I said, he had Lil Uzi Vert, Little Baby, Little Durk, ASAP Ferg, Moneybagg Yo, and Young Thug as well. Do you think some of the, and he sold 95,000 copies. Do you think maybe some of the sales were due to the blockbuster features from Championship?
It's a possibility. And I also think that a lot of sales were due to personal things that was going on in life. When you a celebrity and you certain levels, when you was like Meek said, there's levels to this. You gotta not stoop to certain levels. I feel like Meek is a little too close to the people. He shows a little too much emotion, and that pushes a lot of people away from him. Like Philly gonna be supporting him. They might get a handful of rappers that ain't, feeling them. But at the end of the day, you gotta control your support a lot, bro. Like, certain things you can do can push people away from you and make them not even want to support your music.
Twiz, controlling your support is an interesting point you bring up. Meek Mill's last album before Expensive Pain was what? It was Championships in 2018. That is 3 years, you guys. It was almost getting to the point where people were like, yo, Meek Mill what is he, more of an activist, or does Meek Mill, is he kind of converting to the 50 Cent thing where he's finding a new career? Meek Mill put this album out, sold 95,000 copies. And another point that I still want to stress is that I don't feel like this album had the buildup his other ones had, like Dreams Worth More Than Money and Championships. I feel like this one was a little more sporadic, Rosewood.
It was. It didn't have that build. It didn't. It definitely didn't have the build up for it to get a proper rollout. It definitely didn't have that build up, or even I would say, the proper promotion for it. It seemed like Meek was doing all the promotion himself. Putting the track list out, showing
the artwork. First of all, I mean, look at the comparison of the artwork from Championships to Expensive Pain. Expensive Pain is a collage of a bunch of computer graphics, and Expensive Pain is like Meek Mill in sort of a football outfit. It looks like he's wearing a helmet of some sort. You know what I'm saying? And then it says Championships, like it's how it says in the NFL games. You know what I'm saying? That might not play so much into it, though, Twiz, the graphic on the front of the album cover.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the substance to the music plays a big role in it, man. The substance, you know what I mean? And one thing I feel like Meek got to do a little bit more is talk different. Like, we know somebody that's great. We know somebody that's great like Jay-Z, where we can take it back to what's the John called? The Streets Is Watching. We can take it back to that, and we can bring it all the way up to 444. You see the growth and the difference in everything. Black Album, Blueprint, everything is different. I feel like Meek need to structure things differently as far as what he's talking about in his music, and he has to be more of a CEO because, bro, you've been in the game. You got a nice little run in the game now. It's time for you to build the next Rockefeller or the next. You know what I mean? It's time to add stock to what you have going on. You can't carry I gotta put Meek in the boat with Chief Keef. Chief Keef came out, was on fire, But nowadays, bro, it's like Chief Keef drop an album the day of tomorrow. Like, how many, is he going to pull 250 the first week?
Oh, well, Chief Keef has never pulled 200,000 in a week, but I think Meek Mill pulled himself out of that realm of being thought of as an artist who can't put out music, because he came out and he was like, yo, 2 months ago, he's like, yo, I'm gonna release this album, unless I'm mistaken. But it seemed to me like I hadn't heard much about Expensive Pain, and then it just poof, it's out there. He sold 100,000 copies in 5 or 6 days. That says something to me, Twiz.
Now, yeah. Now, with Twiz, I wanted us to piggyback off with Twiz was saying, we're going back to like how you saying, you got Jay-Z going all the way back to Streets Is Watching, all the way up to 444. We see the growth and development. And that's one knock I would have. If I had, there's pros and cons I have with the album. If it is a con that I have with the album, it's repetitive content. Meek spreads it out, through the songs good, but it's still a lot of repetitive content. And I think once he's able to get out of the repetitive content, or even you might be saying the same thing, but you word it way different, or you flip it in a different manner or something like that, So it's like, oh, dad, he said the same thing, but it's way different, So it's just coming with growth and development. That's all it is. And I see that he's growing. He's growing, so he's already taking that step. So I think he eventually can get there where his content is, diverse on every song, where it's like, damn, Cole, let me play that back. Oh, he said what? Oh, dang, he talking about this in the joint. He putting this on the stuff that that only top figure, Jay-Z type people only know about. You know,
Facts.
and this is something that he likes now, and he's bringing it to us. So he's putting this on to something new. You know, so
Facts.
that's the only really knock I have on it. You know, that's repetitive content, but overall, it's a great album, and I think he's really growing. You know, for whatever reason, why people didn't go out and buy it. You know, maybe they're waiting to hear what people said about it. But now, once I listen to it, I can't see people not going out buying it, or the critics giving it bad reviews.
No,
Other than
that's
what I
like
just
what I
said.
was saying. The album just came out. There's a good chance that people don't really know about it just yet. You know what I mean? Many, there's millions more people who got to hear about it and make the decision if they're going to purchase it. Before we get off this topic and do some open questions from the people, if anybody has any open questions, drop them right now. Guys, Twiz, what is your favorite Meek Mill album, and where does this one rank among his 5 albums that he's released?
Which album is that when the anthem come on? Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Which album was that? Was that the anthem joint?
Is that the second album?
No, it's not the second album. Is that the Dreams and Nightmares intro?
Dreams and that's the intro.
Yeah,
yeah. Nightmares intro.
Yep. That one was the biggest one. That one was when I feel like the whole world was riding around listening to Meek. You know what I mean? That right there is just, it just gave you a different energy. And it's time frames. It's every artist have a nice run, on their music. Like I heard people comparing Little Baby to what Meek is doing right now. Everybody had their runs, man. It's different eras. And when Meek was coming up
with the first Meek Mill album as your favorite.
Yeah, I'm going with the first one. Other than that, I salute him for like the Flamers and things of that nature, because for him not to have machines behind him and to hear the Rose Red and all of that, he was already like a seasoned artist before he was signed. But yeah, I'll give the first album was probably like the biggest jump.
So where do you rank this one? Is it top 3? Is it more towards the end?
That's a good question.
Think about when he on After Dreams and Nightmares on this next album, Dreams Worth More Than Money. That's when he linked up with Nicki Minaj for the first time on that record, All Eyes on You with Chris Brown. He linked up. What do you think?
That was a good album. The John one, like around Nicki Minaj and all that, I'd probably get that number 2. But his last album, it was good. It was growth. It just wasn't enough for me because, like, not discrediting it. It was good, but I feel like Meek, you got to talk about a little something different. We know what's going on in these streets and things of that nature. Just like not this one that he did about Lil Snoop, but the joint that he really did. Like, I miss my little nigga Snoop. However that joint go, it was more detailed. I feel like the type of artist that Meek is, and with him doing the prison reform and his album, he need to dig in a little bit more. You need to be more. You need to get in your Nas bag.
True.
You already talked about artists and stuff getting out the way and doing things to get something. Really put that in your music. Nobody. People was tired of hearing about clubbing and this money and that money. You have to kind of pretty much spread your wings some.
That's true. That is true, bro. I thought my bad, Mikey, tell you. I thought he was going to give us that, more of, like you said, quote unquote Nas rap, basically breaking down, the injustices in it or whatever, the stuff that we need to change, really putting an agenda in your music in a subliminal type way, doing criminal reform in your music a subliminal type way where the streets know what you're talking about. Where it's like, oh, we want to hear it. Like he's giving us game. Oh, he's letting us know, listen, this how the industry works. Boom, boom, boom. Have this done right. Dropping jewels to the younger brothers that's coming from your city that's trying to come up. So it's almost like a 444 joint where you schooling people on the stuff that you learned on your way to where you are now. Because like you said earlier, the levels he didn't reach this a certain level where he's at, where he can give a lot of game to a lot of people through his music. And I thought he was going to give us that through it. And it, like Twiz said, and like I said earlier, it's kind of repetitive with the content. That's the only thing. Wow. And he got way more to talk about.
What do you not to break off, guys? What do you think about the fact, I'm just reading right now, that not only did I'm a Boss from Meek Mill release on a Self-Made compilation album, but Levels released on a Self-Made compilation album. What do you make of these major Meek Mill albums that probably should be pushing a Meek Mill solo project are for the Self-Made compilations? Am I overthinking it?
No, you're not, but that's how the labels work. He ain't get the last say so and none of that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Right. When you signed, it's like he might have wanted it to be on the solo, you know what I'm saying, on his actual jump, but he wasn't in the position to make that call.
Facts.
Did Levels need to be one of his singles, Rosewood, or was it a little bit like, all right, give that one to the Self-Made?
I think it's a little bit of both.
I know I'm a Boss should have been his solo album. I know.
Oh no, definitely. But that one, that's why I said it could have been both. It could have went straight to the compilation, or it could have been a launching pad for a solo album.
Right, but you know what, man, Rosewood, I'm a Boss is gonna sell the Self-Made compilation, not Tupac's Back. Even though they did a video for it.
Yeah. I'm a Boss sold that joint. I'm a Boss sold that joint, man, because that
joint was catchy.
It was catchy. It burnt the mixtapes up when it dropped on the mixtape, and then it was so fire that people were still playing it when the album dropped. That's how you know you got a bang on your hands when the streets is banging the song on the mixtape, and then when it comes out on the real album and people are still playing that same song. You got one on your hand. You got a timeless track.
Facts.
So what is your favorite Meek Mill album? What's your favorite Meek Mill album, Rosewood?
My favorite Meek Mill album is the first one. His first album. And the reason why that's my favorite Meek album, because it's bringing him from the Flamers and the headshots and all that to really a real industry. And not just a compilation project. It's really him. And it's a real Philadelphia album.
All right. Let's go over it. I want you guys to tell me which of the producers you guys know of then. We're going to go over them all. We got the Beat Bully, who did Dreams and Nightmares. Intro. You guys know about the Beat Bully?
Yeah, I heard of Beat Bully. But I heard...
In God We Trust, done by Black Metaphor.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, me neither. I ain't heard that.
Jalil, how do you say it?
Jalil Beats.
Jalil Beats did Young and Getting It.
Yep, Jalil Beats, holla at me.
We've been hearing him, before the industry things.
And that's in Jalil, shout out to Jalil Beats, because Jalil Beats, him and Meek came together. And I think Jalil Beats might be from Chester, I do believe. But they came together, and with Meek rap and sound and with Jalil Beats, it formed a perfect combination. And they were able to put out so many bangers. When Jalil drop came on, like Jalil Beats all at me, and then Meek came on, you knew it was a banger. You got your banger.
It looks like they're going to do another beat in just a second, but on Traumatized, which I remember the song Traumatized. That was kind of a dope one right there, you guys.
Yeah.
Boy Wonder, Jordan Evans, and Matthew Burnett did that. I don't know the others, but obviously you know who Boy Wonder is.
Boy Wonder, yeah. I'm about to say Boy Wonder.
Definitely.
Twiz, you had something to say about Traumatized?
I was just asking, was Traumatized the one where he did the video and it was like a homie had pulled the burnout on him and everything, and he was grabbing it. Was that Traumatized?
I don't remember that.
It was like a video. You know which one I'm talking about?
That might be the same song. That might be.
You know what I'm talking about? It was like the video and all that, and he had the bandage on and all that. Like it's he was like getting set up.
I know a video you talk. I know exactly what video you're talking about. That might be Traumatized. I'm not exactly sure though.
This is some of the lyrics from that one. He said, "It really hurt me when they killed Shotty. I was locked down in my cell and I had to read about it. And when they killed Diddy, left him out in Philly. We was young and getting money, man. We used to run the city. We was rocking all them shows, fucking all them hoes. And when they killed Daryl, Renee had to see him froze." That's the joint right there.
That might not be the same one.
Yeah, I think
I'm not sure.
I think
I would have to look at the video, but I think you're right, Quiz, because that's when he like bandaged up and he's going through his
Yeah, I think he's thinking about something different. But so he's got Believe It with Rick Ross and produced by Young Shun.
Okay.
We got Maybach Curtains with Ross, Nas, and John Legend. I guess they gave him that one there. That was probably one for the self-made compilation. They were like, listen, we'll give you Maybach Curtains if you give us I'm a Boss.
Definitely. Well, it could have been any song. That might have been the song, Meek chose or they chose for Meek, and he agreed on it.
Produced by DJ Infamous.
Yeah.
Then we got Amen, produced by Key Wayne, who is an American hip hop R&B producer.
Key Wayne got a couple bangers.
And Jalil Beats actually did Amen as well, Twiz.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Young Kings, Lee Major.
Lee Major, yeah. Another dope producer.
Then he's got Kane Beats, Cardiac,
definitely.
Louis V. Gotta got another feature on that album, you guys. Rich and Famous, produced by Jalil Beats.
That was like the three-headed monster right there, and I wish the relationship could have stayed together with Louis V, Meek, and Jalil Beats, and that's ran with that formula, and that's kept adding to that same formula and building, because it was like a perfect combination, the hooks, the bars, and the beats, it's perfect. It was perfect.
That's crazy. Jalil Beats actually did Burn as well with Big Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jalil Beats a beast.
All right, so I'm wondering, Jalil Beats was a main factor on Meek Mill's first album. How much of a factor was Jalil Beats on Meek Mill's second album, you guys?
I don't think he was on there that much. If he was, I don't think how much was Jalil on there.
Wow. The only return feature I'm seeing is Boy Wonder.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think Jalil's on that joint.
He's got Play Picasso, who I haven't heard of, Mr. Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. He did Wayne John. He did
Metro Boomin and Southside. Southside obviously has come up, but Metro Boomin came up as well.
Mm-hmm.
He got DJ Khaled doing All Eyes on You with his team, I guess. Stupid on the beat, which I haven't heard too much of.
No, I heard it Stupid on the beat. I heard it Stupid, but I haven't heard. It's really only like straight like somebody industry, not a lot of He's definitely an industry producer though.
Oh shit! What's up with this? Oh shit! Wow, Ambitions, and they got Tupac credited as a writer on Ambitions. You guys. Produced by
heavy.
Boy Wonder.
Yeah, that's heavy because that means the proceeds go to Pop, estate.
Wow. Ben Billions.
That's
Ben
what's up right
Billions.
there.
I actually know Ben Billions, you guys. He produced Pulling Up featuring The Weeknd. Do you guys know that song, the Meek Mill Twiz? Do you know that one, Meek Mill featuring The Weeknd, Pulling Up?
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, my dude, Ben Billions, produced that. I gave him a little bit of weed one time and he was ecstatic. That was my guy right there.
He from CT? Mikey
Nah,
T?
he's from Miami. He's
Okay.
actually, yeah, he does a lot of work with all them guys, man.
Okay.
Oh wow! So he had 2 bonus tracks on here, one featuring August Alsina and one featuring Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
Puff Daddy on there, but yeah, I mean, did he get back to working with him by his 3rd album?
He may have one song. That's why I said I was hoping.
No, I think
I wish they could have kept that relation, that business relationship together with him, Jalil, and Louis V. Guetta.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, excuse me if I'm wrong, I think they eventually had like kind of a fallout, between them two. I think Jalil was complaining about, the amount of money or whatever that he was supposed to have received for certain Jones he produced. You know what I mean? And that came, I guess, with the elevation that Meek felt as though he was getting. But don't let me get put nothing out there wrong. But I feel like
But it
that
was
was pretty
something
much
like that
it.
though, Twiz. It was something like that. I
Definitely,
remember. It was something business wise for the fallout.
So
definitely.
I'm looking, and Jalil Beats did not appear on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th album, and now I'm on the 5th album. Guys, you must know Cardo. Cardo has done quite a number of production for Meek Mill. Are you familiar with Cardo?
Yeah,
I'm not.
I heard the Carter.
So he's got Fuse on the album, J.W. Lucas, Nick Paps, Austin Powers. He's got Boy Wonder. Tay Keith, you guys.
Yeah, Take Key. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did a lot of Jones,
He's got Dougie on the beat on there.
Okay.
Okay, Dougie.
On Angels, R.I.P. Little Snoop.
Who did that one?
Dougie on the beat.
Oh, Dougie on the. Oh, okay. That's good money right there.
Tell me a little bit about that R.I.P. Little Snoop album on the or record on this album. Was it an old cut or something?
No, to me that was
It was a whole different genre.
That's a whole different genre.
Did they have any of Little Snoop's voice on it or anything?
I don't think so.
No. It's just Meek breaking everything down and basically giving you almost like a different perspective and some insight on some things we didn't know he was going through during that time, or how he felt after it. He kind of went in depth a little bit more about the Snoop issue on his actual feelings on that joint.
Who's that? Maybach Mel, Ponzo Houdini, performing in Boston November 11th.
Maybach Mel in the building.
Maybach Mel, salute my G.
All right, y'all. Anybody want to ask us any questions? You can ask us some questions. We're about to get up out of here. Y'all got some. We finished all the topics tonight. We spoke on BMF. I'm gonna go finish the 3rd episode tonight. We spoke on Saigon and Vado. We spoke on Bleu Davinci blowing his gasket. You know what I mean? Twiz must have died right there. His phone probably cut off. But yeah, we covered Meek Mill's new album, Expensive Pain, man. I really appreciate you tapping in tonight, Rosewood.
Yeah, my bad. I wish I would have I wish I could have tapped in a little earlier because I wanted to hear everybody's thoughts on the Bleu Davinci situation and everybody in the comments, what they had to think about it or whatever, but
Yeah, man. You know, we were just giving our thoughts, basically our little review on the first few episodes, and then we went over that whole ordeal where you know, he basically said, you heard what he said about 50? He's like, 50, man, you ain't never sold a dime in the park, 50.
But yeah, but I don't understand. I don't understand what his gripe really is. You know, he was saying, do they shouldn't portray him in the joint, or I don't really understand what his gripe was. You know, what did he was he saying that he was deserved a bigger role in the series when it got to a certain part? I don't understand what his gripe is.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. It's like we're not even to your part yet. And he's all saying this, Rosewood. He's like, you're going to have to use a different name. You're not going to use my name. You're going to have to. Why wouldn't you want your name used? Why are you, shortchanging yourself? Because if nobody knows it's your name, you're not going to get invited to the late show to speak on the damn, you know what I mean?
Anything that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what his gripe is. And him, I did hear that where he's saying like, "Oh, y'all going to have to switch my name up." And I'm like, why would they switch it? That you want your name to be a part of this because this is history. This is hip hop history right there. You're already a part of it. So I don't. That's why I was trying to figure out what was the gripe. You know, at one point I thought he was saying like, "Oh yeah, I ain't, I don't really want to be a part of it like that, but I'm doing it." And then it sounded like he was saying, "Oh, they didn't put me in there enough or portrayed me enough in there." I don't know what his gripe is.
He did sort of backpedal, as I was saying, because he was like, it should be a great program. He said 50 puts together great stuff like Power.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, I seen that, and I seen him say that. So that's why I was saying I don't understand what his gripe is because it's going to be a good product, and you've been news coming out, before anybody else, So I do believe you're going to know the ins and outs of it because they're going to bring the script to you and stuff like that because you're a part of the movement.
and like Twiz had said, they put 50 done put Little Meech in acting classes for
Mm-hmm.
like a certain amount of time. I think he's kind of jumping the gun. It's like they haven't got to your part yet.
And
You
that's
know what I
that
mean?
that too. I was like, we didn't even get to his segment yet for people to say, "Oh well, it should have been like this." We can't even critique it yet. We
And
got
then
to get there.
And then for him to say, like 50 doesn't have anything to do, or he doesn't got nothing to do with BMF, it's like, well, he's the one who's got them a national syndication. You know what I mean?
Yes,
50
yes,
Cent
and
is the one presenting people's stories to the world.
yes,
Power for life. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like,
Yep, and now BMF bringing that story and bringing the quality and professionalism that 50 brings with all his other projects. He's bringing that to that story and pushing it out there. It's not just like no disrespect to anybody on YouTube, but that's not like a YouTube documentary or a vlogumentary. It's not like that. It's actual show and it's actual based on real events that happen in these guys' lives, and Meech and T are a part of what's going on and what's being said and done.
but and then it just threw me off when he said, "Yo, you didn't sell a dime in the park." It's like, what does this have to do with selling a dime? We're talking about creating a show that's potentially going to be worth $100 million. And you're talking about somebody selling a dime in the park. Like,
And we know and one thing we know about 50, we know 50 was awesome.
yeah, like,
That's
I mean,
that's
come
one
on.
thing we can't take away from 50 Cent. He told you what he did with his advance from Columbia. He said, I was left with 10. I think he only got 10 grand and he was left with
Yeah, he
whatever
was
he's
left
left
with
with.
5 grand. I think he was left with 5 grand. Yeah.
And he said, I went and brought crack.
Yep.
So that was like, I'm like, why would you even say that? We know about everybody know about 50, but the 50 Cent now is elevated. He grew elevated, stayed relevant, and now basically reinvented itself as somebody that's bringing programming content with these stories that other people might can't. They might can put it out, but they might can't put it out how he can put it out.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot for people to believe in you, Rosewood. He made all the people in television believe in him with power
Facts.
season to season, and now they want to put their marketing. They wouldn't have done it without 50 to a certain extent. It would have taken more years of production. It would have, look what's going on with Supreme's movie. We were talking about that before you got on. I said, right, I don't think that they could make a Supreme show as interesting as what we got with Big Meech. But if they secure Jamie Foxx to play Supreme, it'll be a major movie.
Yeah, because then
not a show, but a movie.
Yeah, because you will have to, because you get Jamie, now you have to get a proper production crew, a proper producer, a proper executive producer on that joint. You got to have, the people that knew the facts and their fact checking the script and all that, boom, boom, boom. You really have to be on point with that joint. I'm not saying you got to have like Ridley Scott or somebody up there like that, but you need to have somebody high quality director.
What do you think, man? Is Jamie Foxx going to take that role, judging from what you've seen him in your life? Do you think he's going to jump into that type of role to play Supreme McGriff?
I think he would. I think Jamie Foxx would take on that challenge. And Jamie Foxx is so versatile. I think he would really do his homework and actually be around, the Irvin Chris Gotti's and his family, and really to dig into who he really is so he can actually portray him.
But like you said, it's got to come with the right studio getting attached as well and putting up the budget, or else they're not going to be able to afford Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Well, or if they do, it's just going to be, it's going to be lackluster. It's going to be lacking a lot because it's like you got Jamie, but you're missing a lot.
Sort of like when Andre 3000 played Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. The director, if they had a real banging director on there, then the director's going to bring that character out that person. That's their job. They're going to bring that character. So, they're going to bring Jimmy. They're going to meet Jimi Hendrix, Andre 3000, and vice versa, just for that role.
I thought it was a good. I mean, we haven't seen Andre 3000. What other movies has he done anything besides Four Brothers?
Idlewild with Big Boy.
That's a good point. Andre 3000. That's a good point. That I'm thinking maybe he should play Jimi Hendrix again, but in all honesty, I don't think he's really kept his movie career going. Let me take a look. Actor. Hold on. White Noise. Is he? Are they remaking the horror movie White Noise?
Oh, they said it's coming back, or he's in the original White Noise movie.
Nah, he's not in the original White Noise movie. It's something in 2022. And it looks like it has something to do with Germany.
Okay, so he's coming back into acting there.
So I see Idlewild 2006. He was in an American Crime TV series. You ever heard of American Crime?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jimi Hendrix. Wow, that Jimmy All Is By My Side movie was from 2013, so that's technically only 8 years ago.
Okay.
High Life in 2018, which I never heard of.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one right there.
Wow, this looks interesting though. It's got that Robert Pattinson in it.
Okay, so Robert Pattinson.
You know that.
Now,
dude.
is it an indie film? Because it doesn't Andre 3000 mess with like the indie films and stuff like that?
I'm trying to see the budget on this film. Yeah, budget $8 million. Definitely an indie film. Yeah, I think one of his only major films was probably the Four Brothers one.
Yeah.
Let's see. He did a show called Dispatches from Elsewhere.
I hear that one.
A narrator in this other movie. Yeah, yeah. I would have thought he did some more. I would have thought he would have done some more movies, man. You know, I really had a big interest in his career back then. Also his music career. You know, I wish he would have did a little bit more. I really loved his feature with Rick Ross on that one song called 16 Ain't Enough.
Yeah. Murdered that joint. And like you said, I wish he would have kept it up with the acting. I thought Andre 3000 really had a promising acting career. And if he was going to transition from not doing music, I thought acting was like the perfect thing for him because he was versatile. You know, I think he could play so many different characters, you know, and with the right director, you know, and the right scripts, I think he would be perfect for certain movies. But you know, everybody has their lives, and it's always up to the artist on how they want to express themselves and what they want to do with their life. You know, salute Andre 3000, man. Definitely a big fan of Andre, man, and Big Boy. You know, shout out to the whole Dungeon family, man. Definitely a big influence on me and hip hop. Definitely.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely. So yeah, that about does it for the stream tonight, everybody, man. I had a great time tonight. Really did. I appreciate you for joining me, Rosewood. I know you're putting in a lot of work right now at the Spill Studio, organizing everything there. You know, appreciate everybody for tapping in. G Money, salute to you, man. AC Suspense, appreciate y'all tapping into us.
AC, what up?
So let me think. I had a movie suggestion for you, Rosewood. It's called Ida Red. It's about these two guys who break their mom they have to break their mom out of jail. They're like, it's crazy, man. It's like kind of like it's a low budget kind of movie.
I think I seen that because I'd be on Project Free TV and they'd be
with Josh Hartnett's in it.
I think I know because when you said they're trying to break the mom out of jail, I remember that part right there. I'm gonna check that John out.
Oh no shit! They got the new Chucky season 1, episode 1 online.
Yeah, I was gonna check that joint out, and because at first I thought it was a movie, but then I seen that it was a show. I'm like that. I mean, I want to see like they're keeping the same concept, so I think it should be a dope show. And I think it should be a dope show.
Wow, man. So I guess I got that to watch tonight, and I got to finish the new BMF series. I mean, if the Chucky series is right there in front of me, I guess I might as well watch it. How long do you think these episodes are, man, for Chucky?
I'm gonna give it 25 minutes.
It's only gonna be 25 minutes. I hope it's 50.
You think it's 50? It's not gonna be a half an hour drink?
No, it's a TV show though, isn't it? It's not like a star show.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because you got like the star show where it's a little bit longer, but like a TV show, they might only be like a half hour, maybe 40 minutes, something like that.
Yep, you're right. It's on USA and Sci-Fi.
So probably about 40 minutes. They're gonna give 40 minutes.
Probably like 20. It's not telling me the amount of minutes. It's actually still processing, man. So I'm not going to be able to watch that tonight.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to finish up on the BMF. I'm going to finish up on the second and third episode, catch up on that.
Oh, hell yeah. You're going to enjoy that, man. You're going to see Snoop Dogg come into the show.
Yeah, all right. This way you get introduced.
Yep, you're going to see Snoop come into the show, man. I was pretty shocked when T got, shot at the end of episode 1. That caught me off guard, man.
Okay. You see, now the thing is, it's like they're bringing you like the stories. Like everybody know about BMF, but nobody really know like about Meech and T. They know of them, but nobody really knew them. And that's why this makes this like so intriguing, because this is all the stuff we heard, but now they're actually giving you a visual of it.
Yeah, like you saw the part where the parents found the gun yet?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, in the trailer, you would have thought that was Meech's gun, but it was actually his brother's.
Right, I did. That you're right. Because in the trailer, I thought they was finding Meech's gun. Like, oh yeah, Meech in the mix. He got a pistol now.
And he never told that was his brother's gun to his parents. It's sort of played into a little bit later. The girl who hustles with them?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Did you get to the part where she was selling? They're called the 50 crew,
mm-hmm.
and they're because they sell things for 50.
50. Mm-hmm.
Did you get to the point where she was saying she had to discount it?
Yeah, and he was saying we can't be the 50 crew. We, selling it for $20. Shit, $50.
And then she also said to him, Rosewood, she was like, "Yeah, but all these motherfuckers is doing this and that." And then he's like, "Oh, and now you're a snitch."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, you don't be telling what if me as the boss finds that out about them, but you don't be snitching on your friends.
Nobody, you're not supposed to be saying, basically giving them up or whatever, so it makes it easier for you, because she was in trouble by discounting it,
Is that female, I'm asking you this, that female who works with the crew, is she off the table, or is there somebody that could be smashing that?
Oh, somebody gonna be smashing. That's always. So like she said, I ain't the one. I don't want to be the one, because if you sleep with one, then you would. No, that ain't how it go. Everybody. Everybody attracted to somebody. There's gonna be somebody in the crew that she gonna have a bond with, and it's just how it go. And shit, just how it go. They had to put that spin on there, because yes, she's a respectable black woman, but they gotta make it seem like she a hustler first. Like, oh yeah, it's about the money. But no, she gonna have a love life too. That's how it go.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens going forward in this season.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. So are they definitely gonna be? They definitely know how many seasons it's gonna be.
Nah, man, I don't think so, man, because just from what I was reading on IMDb, Lil Meech has filmed 8 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Little Meech has filmed. Wow, they're going hard on this Chucky season premiere. Chucky on USA and Sci-Fi tonight. Yeah, they're going hard on that, man. But let me see. I'm looking at the cast right now, and Kato, who is the girl, right? That's the girl's name apparently, Kato. Charles, who is, I want to say, the dad. Charles Flannery, I guess, is the dad.
And you talking about BMF?
Yeah.
The dad.
Which one is Hoop? Hoop? And all right, so you see, older Meech, John Chapman.
Oh, Hoop might be the homie that hustle with him. He got the high top fade. He the one that be coming on to the check.
He's the big at. No. This dude looks big as hell. Yeah, Hoop is a big dude, man. But they got the older Meech, and he's only filmed 7 episodes. Rosewood.
Okay.
Younger Meech, only filmed 8 episodes. As the. So I don't think they've filmed more than 1 season of this, because, I mean, they're taking a gamble on it, but if it doesn't pan out, they be canceling shows.
Yeah, that is true. But I just think with the
word of mouth.
with the word of mouth and the way it's being received, the positive feedback is getting from the fans and the industry, people are really getting behind it. So I think it would definitely generate a second season. You can't, because whatever way the first season ends is going to be a cliffhanger. And like you said, is Meech, they're going to have an older Meech. You got younger Meech, now they're going to have older Meech. We want to see who's going to play him. People still going to want to tune in.
Oh yeah, man, this is one of the most captivating things I've ever seen. Like literally right after we finish here, I'm going to jump on there and watch this joint just to see what happens. And then I might even have to jump on Power Rosewood. This is getting me that sucked in. Pause. This is getting me that interested that I might have to go watch Power now, man. Am I gonna get the same vibe from Power that I'm getting from BMF though, man?
No. Because BMF is too real.
This feels historical.
That's what I wanted. That's a better word for it. It's more historical. It's more historical because they're giving you, history on Detroit, what was going on then, not just how they were moving, how everybody around them was moving, where they got their style from. So it's definitely a history lesson. That's what I would say it has over something like Power that you won't get. That history lesson, that nostalgia, taking you back or whatever, having the 80s and it really being, this is based on a true story.
What year does Power take place in?
I never know. I would figure the late 2000s.
Okay.
That's what I would
get capped every episode in Power?
I don't think so. No, I don't think somebody gets shot every episode.
Okay, so one thing I was thinking, Rosewood, when they're in the club partying with their boss and they bring him outside and they give him, I think, a joint?
Yeah.
That Gucci they gave him looked it didn't really look too 1980s to me. It looked kind of 2020-ish to me. Did that?
It probably was. They probably didn't have a throwback joint in the wardrobe. They probably couldn't get it. Somebody would have had to, donate it. 50 might not even have something at all, So it's like, it's just, whoever, that's the wardrobe department. The wardrobe department goes out and seeks everything, and they're supposed to, reach out to the Hollywood studios and say, I need this 1980s style Gucci bag, for the scene. Maybe they couldn't, maybe they put the request and couldn't get it, had to use what they had to use. But overall,
Why, did you notice that Gucci bag too?
Yeah. Because when I seen it, whatever, I was like, yeah, it's new. But I'm like, they can't do, everything's not going to be, all the way 100%. It doesn't have the biggest budget in the world.
Was there money in there? You think, or no?
No, I think that's got on the bag. I don't think it because they're already getting the money, and really he was pulling them out there, to try to negotiate some business. So that was his leeway to negotiate the business outside. Give him his present, yeah, but then negotiate his business.
Were they out of pocket for negotiating that business after getting work so recently, and plus it being his, I think it was his birthday or something?
Yeah. Now, it was out of pocket, not because it was so recent, but because it's birthday. There's a time and a place for everything. And right there, that's not a time for that. I could see you tomorrow, where everything chilling. We already conducting business, and that can come up in a business meeting. But that's not the time and place to talk about. But that does show you, Meek showing you that, he was young and naive. He didn't know everything. Yes, he was in a great position. Yes, he was coming up, but he didn't know everything. And knowing everything, meaning how to conduct yourself, with other bosses or even somebody that is your boss. when you're trying to make a move where you're trying to advance in the company. It's a certain way of doing things. In certain ways, certain times and places you had those conversations.
Well, Rosewood, you got to get back into it because that boss, wait till you see what he does in the next few minutes of the series.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You got to wait to see it, man. And yo, I appreciate everybody tapping in. I put my IG right here. Everybody that follows me right now, I will give an immediate follow back to. Y'all can follow me at Mikey T _ the movie star. I'm going to follow everybody back that follows me tonight. Rosewood, let everybody know your plugs. I got Rosewood's IG pinned up right now. So y'all can follow Rosewood2 at spill_ENT. I got it pinned up. I want everybody to follow myself and Rosewood. But Rosewood, let them know why they should follow you, how they can contact you, etc.
Definitely. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, Mikey T, for even giving me opportunity to be on here, man. Express my opinion. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that's going to watch this on a later note. Thank y'all, because without y'all, there'll be no us, man. You can always follow me on spill_ENT on Instagram, and you can always go to the spillentertainment.com website. That's www.spillentertainment.com, and that's spill_ENT. If you're a producer, you're a rapper, artist, you draw, you do graph work or whatever, anything, you do films or whatever, hit me up or whatever, because I'm always trying to work with up-and-coming artists, independent artists in the tri-state or all over. Anybody that's trying to link with Philly, trying to tap in with the city of Philadelphia and, see the positive things that's going on and try to build something, tap in with me. Definitely tap in with Mikey T, man, because he always going to keep you posted on the info that you want to hear, man. That great content.
That's right. Go check out my new interview with Black De Niro. Speaking on working with Meek Mill. If you haven't heard it yet. Also, my new interview with appreciate that AC Suspense. He said just followed y'all both on IG. I want everybody to follow our co-host SV Twiz, the hood blogger, as well. Make sure you follow our bro. He's always got some shit cooking on his YouTube channel, Life with the Philly Fam.
Yeah.
Twiz is also working on another short film. So if you're interested in possibly producing a film, if you want to, get some of your ideas in for a film, or if you even want to do some acting in a film, hit up SV Twiz. And our guy, the residential rapper of the group, Bon Simmons.
Southside in the building. Shout out to those Southside Jamaica Queens. Shout out to my guy Bon Simmons, man. I know what it is.
That's right. Follow our guys on IG. Rosewood, I'm going to pass it to you to end us out for the night, man. Do you have anything else that you want to say to the people before we get up out of here tonight?
Hey, I just want to say, man, thank y'all for tapping in, and we'll be right back with more and more content. Be looking out for that Chronic Conversation podcast. That's my podcast that I'm be doing. The episodes are about to start dropping. The pilot episode is out on YouTube now. Chronic Conversation. Just type in Chronic Conversation and scroll down. You'll see me right on there. And the content is about to start coming. We're going to have artists on there, politicians, rappers, DJs, other vloggers, other hosts from other shows. We're really going to go in depth and really ask some good questions and have some great topics on there. So it's not just all about weed, it's about good conversation too. So that's why it's a dual meaning to Chronic Conversation. So, y'all going to see it. Y'all just check me out or whatever. Follow me on the gram. Go to spillentertainment.com so you can see everything that's going on. And me and Mikey T going to keep bringing you this dope content, man.
We'll see you on the next one, y'all. Salute.
Peace. Report Card Radio signing out.